everyone, welcome to the Sugar and Crumbs kitchen. We are again a full house. So it's been a mad crazy week here. We've had lives Monday, Wednesday and today. We've also got one on Saturday on our demonstration morning. Maria and Laura are in the kitchen and they are camera mad, and at the moment they're laughing their head off. What are you two laughing your head at? We're all looking at you. What are you laughing at?
Can't speak.
There you go, they can't speak. Anyhow, we have the beautiful goddesses from Sweet Stamps, including this lovely lady here as well. So the blonde goddess at the back, who I just think is the most stunning girl there is Amy.
She's not even on a stool, is she? And you can see right over my head.
I know. So lucky, isn't she? So, and then we have the beautiful, fabulous Rosie Cake Diva, also known as
Rosie Dummer.
Rosie Dummer.
Dumb-hand.
But she's certainly not done. We have the beautiful Michelle here. Now, Michelle runs the Sugar Sisters shop in Dublin. She is the manageress there, and she is very shy, very quiet, and she is a
tickler.
She isn't shy when you know her, okay? But she's shy here. She's a nervous wreck. So do give her lots of love hearts, lots of thumbs up, and we're going to talk to her all the way through it because she has a little thing that when she's working, she just stops speaking. So we're going to help her through it, okay? And Maria and Laura are still engrossed in something. I don't know what they're giggling at, but they've got the giggle. So go on then, tell us.
Okay.
So, just to let you know that Laura and Maria are in the kitchen with the giggles. Anyway, we're not bothered about that. So we have got something going on tonight as well. We've got a special event on because Rosie is in the kitchen. I'm going to let Rosie tell you what she's involved in at the moment. She's always involved in something.
Yeah, can't keep me away.
So go on then, Rosie.
Well, you can get the apron on, yeah. So Carol's got my apron. This is Help for Heroes. Those of you who don't know, I'm helping with the Bake for Heroes initiative, and because of that, Carol, you're so lovely. She's giving you £1 off all of the sugars until Sunday. That's £2 a bag. I've tried to get her to charge more.
She said £2.50. So no,
she's really, you're going to lose money, but there you go. She says £2 a bag, £2 a bag on all of the Sugar and Crumb stuff. And all I want you to do, I'll tell you more as we go on. All I want you to do, if you can, is hold a bake sale for Bake for Heroes. You don't need to do that to get the £1 off. She's giving it to everybody. Yeah. But if you want to go to bakeforheroes.org.uk, I'll tell you about it later. Pick up a pack. They give you lots of free stuff to help you with the bake sale, but we'll talk about that loads.
What we'll do is we'll get Laura to post the link up, and I think there's a few of you as well that have signed up. I know Rob Allen has and Jackie Heaton has, the Baking Nana, and they helped you on the 8th of June in Birmingham, wasn't it?
We did a great big thing with, there's actually a hero bear.
Is there?
Yeah, it's really cute.
Fantastic.
Really cute.
Like.
So everybody who just fancies supporting your heroes, all you have to do is get a bake sale. And I can't think of a better audience to attack than you, because this is obviously what we love to do. And if you're anything like me, you'll want to find a reason to make cakes for people. So there you go, I've just given it to you. You're welcome.
Tell me about the sugars. There is £1 off all the sugars, okay. You get it whether you sign up for Bake for Heroes or not, but we would really like you to sign up for Bake for Heroes. Yeah. It's very much like when you sign up for the Alzheimer's or the cancer, the Macmillan, it's Alzheimer's in June, isn't it? Macmillan in September. It's very much when you sign up for them. And basically, you just make some cakes, you take them into work, you flog them for £1, £1.50, and we just help subsidising your sugar. So
and
take them in there.
Sugars. Got new ones today. Yes. Today, we've got all the. That's the only reason I said I so, we're hiding them. We're hiding them. We've got more to come, so stay tuned. Stay tuned.
So sign up for that, okay? Sell them to your work colleagues, sell them to the kids at school, sell them to anybody, your cakes. It really doesn't matter. And then you just put it through your PayPal account, pay it to them, and let's help raise some money for a really good cause. So we also was going to release tomorrow our new flavours, but we thought, well, if we're going to do this for Rosie, then we may as well release the new flavours now.
Did I let it out too early?
Only 5 minutes, only 5 seconds, 10 seconds too early. So let's just tell you about new flavours, and there's a lot more to come because we've decided we're going to have a right clear out of Sugar and Crumbs, get rid of some of the flavours. I put discontinued on them. I know some of you are going to cry that they go in, but you know what? We need to make space for all the new things that are coming in. So let's go through them. Here we go, Rosie. This one was named after you.
This is mine. It wasn't named after me, was it? She's just trying to get on my good side, but it's the rose and mint, which is quite extraordinary.
Yeah, and it tastes delicious as well.
Are we going to try it? Do I get to try it?
Well, unless we've got any lollipops to stick in.
I'm happy to stick my finger in.
These are great just to stick lollipops in and then something else in sugar. Which one's this? Is this
pineapple? That's
and I have to tell you, that's amazing. This is
upside down.
Pineapple upside down. It is absolutely gorgeous. And I will tell you, it was a fluke how this one come around. The boys made a mock-up in production, and then when they said, "Oh, Carol, we put the wrong flavour," and I tasted it, I fell in love with it, and I went, "Well done." So amazing. That's true. That's how that came about. Then we've got lemon and ginger, which is delicious. So lots of people requested lemon and ginger.
Lovely.
This one is delicious. This is lime and raspberry. Okay, really nice, lovely and fresh lime and raspberry. We also have white chocolate. A lot of you have asked for white chocolate, so that one's on. We have blueberry and lemon, which is amazing.
I'm taking that one.
You fell in love with that one. And then we brought out 2 chocolate icing sugars. And these are to die for. We've got another chocolate one coming out, which Laura and I just adore. But this one is Toffee Mocha, okay? And this one is Black Forest. So those people who are the same age as me would know exactly what Black Forest is. Very retro. It's chocolate cherry in the icing sugar. Amazing. So they're all on. I've not done them as a bundle deal. I was going to, but then we decided to do this for the Bake the Heroes. So you know what? You can buy what you want.
£2 a bag.
Yay.
Cheap at twice the price.
We're going to put them on there. So tonight's Sweet Sam, so we had a little bit of talk about all sorts of things yesterday, but today we're going to concentrate on techniques. And I think you're up first, aren't you, Michelle?
Yeah. New techniques.
Yes. So if anybody missed anything, I'm going to get Amy to do a bit of an introduction. So if you missed yesterday's live or you don't know what sweet stamps are, I'm going to let Amy talk it through. And Rosie's going to go up there, I'm going to go down here, and then Rosie's going to come up and do her techniques, and you've got something as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Surprises.
So goody good. Right, I'm going to get out of the way.
Well, you looks good on you. You're mucky already. Got icing sugar on it.
Got icing sugar all over it already. Yeah. Right, I'm going to have to take it off because I'm boiling. Right, see you in a minute. Do you want to do some shout outs, Laura?
Yeah, absolutely. So as usual, we've got a brilliant audience building up. So thanks everyone for joining us. We've got quite a few people who have said that they've already got their pack through as well for the Bake for Heroes Day. So yeah, thank you everyone for supporting that. It's great. And what we'd also really appreciate is if you wanted to actually show us any of your images from your bake sale or the cakes that you've made, pop them on the community group. And you can tag the Bake for Heroes page in there as well. So it'd be really nice to see what you do get up to. If you can't stay with us for any of the whole live tonight, if you've missed the beginning or you can't stay for the end, you can catch up when we're finished. It will be pinned to the top of the Facebook page, and then it also gets transferred over to YouTube as well. You'll see Maria hanging around the kitchen, and she does this fantastic 1-minute videos as well, and they also get transferred over to YouTube. So anything that's being used tonight, we've got a mixture of sweet stamps, patchwork cutters, gel colours, dipping solutions, all sorts of edibles and sprinkles going on. All of them can be found on the Sugar and Crumbs website. So just head over to sugarandcrumbs.co.uk. There's a wish list or there's a search bar or shop by brand, so you can find everything in there. So enjoy.
You're so good, Laura.
Yeah, can you come to the side? Yeah.
She just reels it all up, and there's no paperwork or anything. She just reels it all off. I would have been all over the place.
You're really good.
I've just got to say hi to Emily.
Oh,
Emily's watching. She says from a gorgeous little island. Yeah, thanks for making us all jealous. Where's she on holiday?
Well, it's really hot here in Manchester
Oh,
today.
yeah,
We've
it's
been in
great.
our bikinis all day. It's been a scorcher. Yeah. It's actually just raining all day. Yeah.
Yeah, poor Michelle, who's the little one, had to hold the umbrella over me, who's tall. Sat out with her arm in the air like that.
So I'm Amy from Sweet Stamp. Many of you know me. This is the fourth live we've done here. And Michelle is with me today, and Rosie. And Michelle has actually been involved in Sweet Stamp from almost day one. You attended one of my first demos at Sweet Stamp, didn't you?
That's right, yeah, when you were first trying it out.
If you can tell, she's Irish as well.
Yeah. We're leprechauns. I am.
So I've developed the Sweet Stamp concept, and it's all about making lettering really pretty, and it's about embossing and painting rather than cutting out letters. Now there's so many great cutters in the market, and we're going to show you how to use some of them. Some of our favourites, like our patchwork cutters and FMM and so on, but we're going to use, well...
Yeah, we're going to use a couple of them
yeah,
tonight, aren't we?
So it's, the great thing about Sweet Stamp is, because it's like a lettering system, well, most of them are lettering, we actually have other designs as well, but it's based on lettering. you can use so many other tools, and we can demonstrate how to use these other tools in order to create really cool sweet stamp projects. So it's great that we're going to be able to include other brands as well and show how they are used as well.
Yeah.
So Michelle has been creating really like show-stopping, eye-catching cakes. She never knows how to do a one-tier cake. It's all like I just say to her, can you just do a small one-tier?
Do your girls ever know how to do a one-tier cake?
I'm a one-tier girl. Michelle is like.
So making up for my height.
So if you went to any of the shows recently where Sweet Stamp was at, you would have seen the Harry Potter cake. That was one of the first ones you did with Sweet Stamp that really puts your, like, well, not your name on the scene, but you know, the Sweet Stamp, and you kind of the kind of effect she does these beautiful quotes on the side of it here, and she paints them in, and that's kind of her style. And she's been in Cake Masters magazine already. She's actually, some of your cakes have gone viral as well in her videos. But recently she created this really cool technique about flooding Sweet Stamp rather than painting it. Now we have loads of different techniques for applying different effects to Sweet Stamp lettering, but Michelle's going to show you the flooding technique, and we'll show you the rest later. Yeah. So Michelle's going to start with the
stenciling.
So stenciling, yeah. So what brand is this stencil? It's the Patchwork Colors. Yeah. So these are on the Sugar and Crumbs website now, and this isn't just good for what you're about to do. This would be beautiful on the side of a cake or for cookies or so on.
Oh,
so
the effect is gorgeous.
Yeah, it's lovely. Like, you can use that for a lot of projects.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, you only spotted that in the warehouse today.
Yeah.
So you planned it. Walking around the warehouse, they picked that up and went, "Oh my god!"
Well, Michelle's been using stencils now for a while, and you love stencils and embossing, so she uses loads of different kind of products and techniques and combines them to create really pretty cakes. So I'll let you take over for now.
Yeah. Let me do a couple of shout outs. So everybody says they're looking forward to tonight. They've been loved watching them. There's a lovely lady who I actually phoned today called Rosie, and she's only her and her daughter have only just got into baking, and she's gone bonkers. She said, "I've been addicted. I've never watched a live." She's only started watching them this week, and she's watched them through every night and every day, and every time she finishes live, she's placed an order in. We actually had to ring her to see if somebody had stolen her card, because we've had, how many orders in? Five. So,
5 since
yesterday. Since yesterday. Yeah. So we had to ring her to say we think your card's been stolen. So hello, Rosie. So everything is fine there. So she is addicted.
Great.
She was watching your live when we rang her. So she was watching it last night. So we rang her today. The icing sugar offer is on because of Rosie and the Bake for Heroes. So that is on until Sunday night midnight. So it's on every bag of icing sugar. There's £2 at £2 off. There's £1 off. Each bag of icing sugar is £2. And what else? And make sure you sign up for that Bake for Heroes pack. Please do sign up for it. Try and raise as much money as you can for our heroes. And it's not just heroes for like soldiers and stuff. It's like, is it for like the fire brigade and all those types?
No, it's the forces. It's the armed forces.
It's just the armed forces, right? Oh, you should tell them you were in the armed forces, weren't you?
Oh.
You were the first lady helicopter pilot. Yes, yes. Rosie was the first lady.
Look at me now.
Yes.
Look at me now.
The first lady helicopter pilot. How old were you then?
25.
25.
Yeah, it was yesterday.
I just want to say a few weeks ago.
Yeah, fantastic. So good girl. Right, so let's get back to Michelle. What Michelle is doing.
Okay, so I'm using the Patchwork cutters, stencil, sorry, and I'm just going to use the fractal dusts just to like do an ombre effect on the little holes that are there. Oh my god.
That's all it is.
Yeah. There's nothing else to say. That's polka dots.
What have you got to do?
The big
So
polka
I'm
dot.
going to dust them, and I just need a bit of kitchen towel.
There you go.
Thank you very much.
That was an instruction, by the way.
Oh, was it?
Kitchen towel. Now.
Somebody sort this
So
out.
get used to her.
So those people who placed an order today, because one of two of you have, I think all orders have left the building.
All orders have left the building
So
today.
every order that was placed before, was it before 2:30?
Probably about
Yeah.
2:30, yeah.
Has left the building. If you've ordered after 2:30, then you can add to your order. Just place an order, add click and collect, and add your order number to it, and ask if you can dispatch it with your other order. Okay? Orders over £40 are free. Over £15, it's £2.99 delivery. Over under £15, it's £3.99 delivery. Unfortunately, if it's abroad, you have to contact us and we will price up your delivery for you. So there we go. And if you're in Ireland, you can order direct from Amy. You don't need to order from me. There's no point Amy sending it across the water and then me sending it back across the water. It makes no sense. So if you're in Ireland, go and order from Amy direct.
Thank you.
Yeah, and her.
Or if you want to order your stuff and more.
Yeah, but if you go to, it's AmyCakes.
There's no links in the
If they
price,
just
though.
Google AmyCakes.
Oh,
So,
Wow.
yeah, sorry, you did that while we was talking. Did they get
Yeah.
to
I've
see
got it all on camera.
Good, good, good. How fabulous is that, isn't it? And what are you going to do with that?
I'm going to make the blocks. from
Oh,
the-
yes, you're making the blocks, aren't you?
Baby
Yes,
blocks.
yes,
I'm a
yes.
very messy worker. So
No, that's
Don't
is
worry.
stunning. That
She's going to
effect
say
is
like this to
beautiful.
me now. Is it my turn?
Clouds.
There we go. These are the patchwork cutters. These are Marion.
Yeah.
Marion was in, wasn't
Yeah,
she?
Yeah, she was in
I
last
love
week. Yeah.
Marion.
Yes. I've actually forgot to tell her that we're doing this tonight, so I'm going to quickly send her a
someone
text
quickly.
message.
Yeah.
Tag
We
her.
just stop what we're doing on
We can't. Yeah, I'll send her a
Wait
message
for
now. I
Marion to join.
can't tag her because she doesn't really take any notice of Facebook.
Oh.
Well, they're amazing product. Well done, Marion. They're so easy to use. I normally use like a block mold, but this is my first time trying this, and it's so much easier. I love it. So it just embosses the a block template.
It's like a frame and the
Yeah.
actual, yeah.
It's like a jigsaw. You just put it together, like you just fold it like an envelope, and then so easy. I'll show you now.
Do you need a knife now? Do you?
Yeah, I have one
You
here.
have one great too.
We just had a splat, didn't we? Should we pretend it's supposed to be splattered?
Oh, it is supposed to be splattered.
Oh, there we go.
I tell you, these
That's
girls
what we
have
do.
insisted on cutting through my green board this week.
I heard you yesterday about your green board.
Yeah.
Green board, green board.
Yeah, with a bloody knife
Do
on
you know, I
it.
feel like getting my earring out and just having a bit of a... Put my initials in there.
Yeah.
See if she notices. I do like these boards though. This is a nice big one.
Yeah,
Go big or go home, Carol.
I know.
They are
I'm
they're
gonna
really
watch
good
it.
though for
Yeah.
rolling out, and especially for the patchwork cutters actually. I've got one of the little
I
portable
forgot to
ones.
dust it.
Ah,
It's okay.
it'll still come off though. These are so good.
So this is Renshaw's modelling paste.
So it's just a bit firmer, is it?
Yeah, firmer than sugar paste, and it holds the shape of the block, and it's easier to mould around.
What a lovely design. Have you done this design before with the polka dots?
No.
We found that.
They only found that in the warehouse today.
Really?
Yeah, she saw it. In fact, it was like one of the last things she picked up. She went, oh, I think I've got an idea
Amy
for that.
picked it up.
So who's it by? The
Marion Frost
So
patchwork
so she's
cutters.
doing stencils as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Good on you, Marion.
She has so many products.
I know.
How many is there?
I don't know. Loads.
Too many.
You get the little
I think we're about to
corresponding
up to
block.
120 of Marion's products in.
So where
Is
are
that
these
how many?
from?
They're
Diary
that-
blocks.
yeah, so they're the same patchwork cutters. So just Marion
All goes
makes them as
together.
well. Now normally would just pop a little bit of
Corn flour.
corn
flour.
flour under here, so you wouldn't have this problem. But
If you do, this is how to fix it.
yeah,
If you'd been on the gin and tonic, you would not have
I know.
forgotten. That's what I'd
See,
say.
yeah. When
Definitely.
there's gin involved.
You know what's
then
happened? I've
remember-
just taken him out for tea and we've just come rushing back in and she's lost
Listen,
it.
I came here for two reasons. One was to wear my flower thing. Where's my flower thing? You carry on, Andy. You carry on. I'm looking for my
Okay.
flower thing.
I don't even have my flour thing.
Right, I'm on. Okay, that's one reason, and the other reason was for the gin and tonic. But
Yeah.
obviously, I'm going to listen. I'm okay because you've got your new flavours, so I'm appeased.
And we named that Rose after you.
I'm very much appeased at the moment.
so you just pop glue on just so you can stick it onto the styrofoam, and you get 6 of these, isn't it? 6?
Yeah.
6 in a pack.
Well, we do 2 packs, don't we? We do a 6-pack and is it a 12-pack? Yeah.
Sounds like beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pardon?
Yes, it's
The
You see,
mothers
I got it
alcohol.
on the. Well, look, I've got my new cocktails
Yeah.
and cakes. This is a Sunday Girl. I love
Yeah.
the Sunday Girls, but they did this for me. I can't think why. Cakes and cocktails out soon.
Yeah, if you ever go to the cake shows, go and see the Sunday
Oh,
girls
they're
for their
lovely
aprons. They're
ladies.
amazing.
They are lovely.
Yeah.
I wish I'd known about the rose and mint. I'd have asked them for that instead. Rose and mint. Can we open it?
Yeah, if you want to.
Can I do
don't
that?
mind.
Can I
You
do
do dip
it?
your finger in.
Yeah, because I'm kind of.
Now let's just warn everybody, when we dip our fingers in here,
I'm
this
not
is just for
dipping.
personal consumption
I
in the
know, I'm
Sugar
gonna
and Crumbs
pour it
kitchen.
out from somewhere.
Are you getting a spoon out, Aya?
Somebody somewhere will say something. Oh, look at this. You've got a
That one
heart-shaped
isn't.
spoon.
I've got to bring my house though.
That's so cute.
Right. So this is...
So I'm going to impress the classic sweet stamp straight onto the block.
Ah,
Good, isn't it?
cunning.
So you
Just
just
keep
a bit
it
of glue,
towards
you're
me a bit.
sticking-
Yeah,
Just
you're
face
just
it towards
literally-
the camera,
the
Michelle.
camera a bit.
You're
That's
just
it.
folding the block, the template around
Yeah.
the block.
That's so easy, isn't it?
Oh,
And then you
Like
just
a
get your
baby block.
little letters and just press gently. And then you can paint those.
So you're doing ABC.
she's doing BBB.
BBBB. But you
B
can
for
do
baby.
ABC, but you could do like a whole ABC block. So you need to have a block of B's and a block of A's.
Have you had a taste of that, Rose?
Can I tell you? That's
Yeah.
not what I expected. It's delicious.
What was she
But I
expecting?
don't
Did you
know.
expect it to be
I don't know,
horrible?
rose and mint. I'm not
Let's
sure.
have a taste.
It's delicious. I actually, if it wasn't that people were watching, I'd just put the whole spoon in my mouth because it makes me really greedy.
So
Well, it is nice. I have to say that Laura and I were scoffing them last week.
That was so
they
nice.
are the little blocks. Yeah. So what I'm going to do next
It's
is I'm
quite
just
strong
going
as well,
to-
so you might want to dilute it.
Can you just hold that up for me to the
Yeah.
camera?
Which set's this one, Amy?
I have
That's
other
the
ones.
classic sweet stamp set.
Sorry.
Oh, there, Laura's getting frustrated.
Sorry.
Yeah, rip it out your hand.
No, I just thought it might be easier.
Don't you worry, Michelle.
Sorry.
Okay.
And then we're going to paint it.
I have, we're going to paint it, but I have these ones that I made
Ah.
This
earlier.
one I made
Right.
earlier.
Yes.
See, she's like
Yes.
a pro.
These girls have been working all day, I have
All
to tell
day,
you.
we've got like 5
So
minutes
yesterday, straight off the plane.
Don't believe
straight
They've
off
been
the
in
plane.
bar. They literally have been in the bar down the road.
Listen, I tell you what, these girls can eat. Straight off the plane yesterday, came here, I said, right, let's get lunch out the way. They had the biggest meal ever. I've never ate so much food, I couldn't walk when I came back. Then after we finished the live last night, I'm in the office working till 2 o'clock in the morning. They didn't realise I was still in there and they ordered an Uber burgers. Yeah. So then they came.
It's always
Then
the
this
skinny
morning I
ones as
took them for
well.
breakfast, big breakfast, and then we've just gone for tea now and I've just said I cannot eat
Do you know
any more
what?
tea.
I just hope that at some point they'll reach this stage in life where suddenly
Like me and
it
you,
hits their
bigger
stomach.
boobs, bigger
Yeah.
bellies.
Yeah.
Well, we actually
Otherwise there's no
explained to
justice.
the viewers what we're doing.
Yes.
Rather than
Good.
eating.
Yes.
That might be a nice idea.
So this is the Sweet Stamp, the metallic palette.
No, sweet sticks.
Sweet sticks.
So,
sticks.
similar brand name, but
Yeah.
different products.
We
Yeah.
use it on the Sweet Stamps.
Yeah.
Um,
It's a water activated palette. So
Yeah.
if anybody has any reasons they can't have alcohol or vegan, it's completely vegan and water activated. So you just stir a little bit of water in it, stir the brush around to activate the paint, and then paint away as Michelle's doing.
It's quite strange because you think that if you're going to put water on a cake, it's going to make it all sticky, but for some reason these
It just
work
works,
really
yeah.
beautifully. Yeah.
And it's transfer resistant. So like if I rub my finger here, you don't see anything at all.
So
you
you've
can't
got
use it for
yourself,
makeup.
you've got yourself lined up for the camera there, haven't you? Look at that. She
Yeah.
managed to get that straight in.
I can see the screen, that's fine. Sorry, I ruined your work there. But we've got how many sides to that block?
we have 5.
So they're loving the Irish accent, okay?
Six
They're loving
sides.
everything you're doing. We've got a fantastic audience tonight as well. We always get a fantastic audience here, which is really very, very good. So we're just under 300, which is fantastic.
Wow.
Not bad considering it's our 3rd live this
This
week.
week you got more.
Yeah, we really have.
Yeah, so thank you everyone for joining us. A couple of people coming to the classes at the weekend. What else have we got here? Oh, Mo says she's replying to Rosie. She was slim when she was in the RAF. Then normal life kicked in and it was booze, kids and everything takes their toll.
Life, but I bet you're very happy. Amy's very, very miserable. Really, really not happy at all. You know?
I do eat a lot.
She
You do
does.
eat
She
a lot,
eats
she does.
so much. But you eat well. She eats very well.
I like good food.
She eats. Well, you're vegan, so
Yeah,
you're
but
bound
look
to
how-
eat good, healthy food.
No.
And look how easy it is to paint this, just even on a little block. It's so easy, isn't it?
Yeah.
But don't go anywhere because we're going to be doing something very special later, aren't we?
Yeah.
You are a genius, Michelle, because I've got to say, this
She's
is
neat.
I could do this forever.
Painting
I do
relaxing,
enjoy it.
yeah,
I do
yeah.
enjoy it. But every now and again, a little bit of a hack is worth having a go at. And you found the big hack, haven't you?
I did.
Very
So
clever
this is
girl.
their second hack. she was the first to come up with putting pearls and sprinkles inside
Yeah.
sweet stamp as well. So that's 2 hacks. And
Yeah.
we need to
It's like,
all
it's like you've got no
You're a
life.
hacker.
Yeah, I don't have
She's going to have to
life
show
yet.
them how to do that afterwards as well.
Did you do
I'm
this
I'm gonna show
yesterday,
you.
didn't you?
I'm going to show you how to put I put glitter into, well, I didn't. Molly put glitter into the letters. Tonight we're going to do the pixie pearls, which
Yeah.
are just a type of sprinkle. So you can use any sprinkle or purchase the pixie pearls, which are up on the website now, aren't they,
Yeah.
Carol? Yeah.
Yeah, they're all on the website. Yeah.
They're cool, these,
So
aren't
they're
they?
really
Everything
nice.
you sell always goes on the website.
And we're going to show you how to put texture tool, how to use the texture tool.
Oh,
And
Kat-
these are the texture tools. Have you seen
Kat
these
is
texture
watching
tools?
from last night. Kat has had to go back to Ireland.
Yeah.
Oh.
So she's here watching.
I bet her lipstick's still good. Though.
Yes, I bet it's still is.
I bet it's still
It was on this
fab.
morning when
all
I saw her
day.
and she got up.
I use one of these texture tools actually.
I love these
Right.
texture tools. But you've also put pixie pearls inside them.
There's little pearls inside them, yeah. So there, how many is in the pack? There's 5.
Five.
They're all double-ended, and there's tiny. It's actually like a miniature ball tool set. So there's tiny ones going up to kind of bigger tiny ones. They're all very small.
Bigger tiny. What's that? Light black. You bigger tiny ones. Marion Frost was in here the other week, a couple of months ago. She
Light
couldn't
black.
remember what grey was, the word grey.
Grey?
So she said light black.
She couldn't remember the word grey.
She's
Marion,
just had a moment.
It's a
She just
light
had a
black.
moment. She went,
We went,
light black. We went, is that grey? Grey.
I've still got that rose of mint in my mouth. It's lovely.
Nice.
It's like fresh, yeah. It's kind of like mint tea.
Yes.
Are you going to go
But
through
like
them
with
all
some
tonight
fruit.
and give
I
us a...
might do. Am I allowed to go through all of it?
Yeah.
I want to go through the pineapple upside down cake.
I think we all want to look at that.
So Michelle's just used the texture tools
Yeah.
to emboss.
So I've used a really small one.
You can use whatever size you want. You can use the biggest, smallest one, or the smallest, biggest one.
Smallest one.
We have one here from when you was last here.
Oh yes, the
So when you was here last time, I shook a bit to Rosie to quickly show you.
See, I love this effect though because it's so. Here you go. It's so easy, but it looks like it because
Copper.
of the because you're using it with metallics.
oh,
what
the
it
camera's
does
picking
is
up well, yeah.
it makes it shine just
Yeah.
like you've
Will we
got
bring it up to this camera
glitter
here?
in there. There we go.
Yeah.
So the texture tools create that kind of texture within the sweet stamp, so you can see here, and it works really well with metallics. It kind of gives that kind of coppery.
I really like the colour Michelle's using on there.
So that's the gold, yeah.
I think that's our favourite. Look, it's nearly gone.
Yeah.
So the refills will be available soon on the
Yeah.
website. So
Okay.
I doubt anybody's emptied their palettes just yet.
No,
'cause they're
it'll
only
take ages,
No.
doesn't it?
Yeah, they last a long time. But yeah, you can get the refills, just like makeup palettes as well.
There we go.
That's
I
the
like
best.
that with the texture.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Well done, Amy.
Nice
You
one.
can stay there. Why don't you sit on that chair there? And you can just pick things up and show them.
We'll show them the baby blocks up close.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're so cute.
That's lovely.
want-
and
I
so
want
Beautiful.
easy.
So
To
nice.
steal
Well
those
done,
stencils
Michelle.
too.
So come on, get those thumbs up, love hearts up.
And we wanted to
This
glaze
young
them
lady
as well.
is very, very shy, so come on.
The idea was to spray some glaze over it, but we realised that the can that's here has nothing in it, so
Oh,
we weren't able to.
Oh,
But
'cause
just
I used
imagine
it all
these
the
with
other day.
glaze over them, they're
Sorry.
shiny. And the good thing about these is because it's polystyrene, these can
Okay.
last a long, long time. So you know, some christening cakes or baby cakes, people keep the decorations. These will
Yeah.
last a long time.
That's a good idea. Yes, perfect. Yes.
I just spray
Yeah.
them with the spray, what
The
do you have?
edible glaze spray,
edible
yeah.
glaze,
What is
yeah,
it?
And then it works.
Yeah.
Am I losing my flowers?
Aw,
Oh, is it?
it's not edible.
Are you just like literally? I'll just sit here. Decorate me. I don't mind. I've not got a reputation to
I'm not
protect.
saying that. Have you put that with glue or just with water?
Water.
Are they staying?
No,
Probably not.
I'll fall out in a minute.
Should have used the glue.
Listen, I said I only wanted to come here and have a good crack.
Crack.
Good crack.
Oh God, what
Not
else
a
was
good
there?
crack.
So, lots of love hearts there.
They've got me gin now, so we're all back on. Literally,
Right.
do that again to me. I'm pulling the plug again. And that's it.
Shelley said that.
Shall
Carol
I
Tucker says, come back, all is forgiven. So we are, right, the audience is coming back, so we didn't have to restart the live. We just had a moment there. I'm actually going to go and turn all the computers off next door, yeah. So we're using a lot of Wi-Fi data here.
So we're doing the flooding.
We're going to do the board
This is the-
and then
right.
we're going to put a word in it and then flood it.
This they haven't seen this yet,
No.
have they? So I'm not showing you this yet, but I like that. It's beautiful.
This is like Michelle's signature sweet stamp technique. So she creates quotes on the side of cakes. And I don't know how she does it because she's just...
I just love painting, so the more words that are there to paint, the better.
I do. I love binge watching and sitting there
It's so
painting away.
relaxing.
I don't like watching things and not doing.
Yeah.
Need to do
I love
stuff.
painting because you don't have to use your mind, your
So
brain.
now
It's
she's
just like
remember the
painting.
cornflower now.
Cornflower this time, yeah.
Yeah, this is just Renshaw's extra, and I still have some blue on it.
Nobody cares.
Doesn't
Okay.
matter, yeah.
Nobody cares.
It's a lovely sugar base, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a
Whose
nice one
rolling
to
pin
use.
is that?
Carol's.
I might
lovely,
steal
isn't
it. She's not here.
Up there, look.
Do you think
There's a
she'd
lot.
like
Yeah,
it?
there's a really big
Shall
one.
we, can we do that as a thing? Like, let me see. You know, like the memory game you used to get when you were kids. Can we just see how much I can steal and Carol doesn't notice?
Put up your purple bag.
Can I just really quickly answer a question? So someone's asking the stamp sizes and the different heights. We've actually put a new feature on our website. So if you go into the actual Sweet Stamps product, and there's an image showing you the height of each letter. So it's the A's that are in the set. So it shows you the actual sizes of the letters. It is a new feature. So if you've looked at the website before, you might have not seen it. It's recently been added, but it's absolutely brilliant if you've never used a Sweet Stamp
It was only
before.
added Sunday night.
Okay, so
Stayed up till 3 a.m. adding them.
when we're finished, head over to the Sugar and Crumbs website and go over to the Sweet Stamps products. Click on the set that you're interested in, and then you'll be able to see the different sizes of the letters.
And the same with the numbers. I actually got the photographer to do 1, 2, 3 and measure those. My photographer's resigned. Could you imagine when you give it every set?
Handwritten?
Yeah. Yeah.
Great. So
I like the handwritten one.
Yes. The handwritten ones, the other reason I wanted to show the A's is so that people understood that some of them look like lowercase letters, but but they're not. It's the capital.
yeah, I'll explain.
That's where the font.
The handwritten set is a different style of calligraphy. So everybody, but there's
nice,
loads of different styles of calligraphy. But I'm actually going to show the camera here while
Best if you don't push it too far.
Michelle is just working away there. So you can see the uppercase A in this set is like a larger lowercase A.
Yeah, perfect.
And this is just a different style of writing. It's really pretty. It's a really good starter set, this is. And just so you know about this style of A and maybe the M and N and so on before you purchase it, in case you get a surprise. But it's just a really different, it's just a different style of writing. That's why it's called a handwritten set. And that's the uppercase, and here's the lowercase. And Michelle's going to show you how to properly remove Sweet Stamp from its tray and emboss. Are you going to use the pickup pad, or are you going to use them individually?
I'll use them individually.
Great. So everybody has their own way of doing this, and Michelle prefers embossing them individually, but I will show you how to use the pickup pad.
Which incidentally I named.
Yes, we
I
did.
did.
I can't take credit for that one.
No.
And
Didn't
Oh,
even
did you
charge.
name it?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
did. And I
Ah.
was sober.
I didn't have a name for it. It was in Germany, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So we just released it at the cake show in Germany, and Rose was on the stand, and she was like, pickup pad.
It's a pickup pad.
Pickup pad.
Yeah.
I actually really like the name.
Yeah.
Good.
I think Amy was just taking the mickey out of my accent there. Did that just
it was.
happen? Did that just
Oh,
happen?
I'm not in the right place. I'm making fun of your
We're in
accent.
Stockport. We're fine.
So
Anyhow, so let's get Michelle back on.
We're
Yeah.
picking it up.
So we're going to pick it up with a bit of tacky fondant. So just
And what have
kind
you
of,
just done to the board there?
I've put a bit of Trex on it.
Right, why have you done that?
So I can stick the dummy.
Oh,
You can
Right.
use glue or buttercream or ganache.
but why have you put the tricks on there?
Because I'm going to put the cake on top of that.
And how are they going to see you put the letters on?
Because you're not going to put the cake on yet.
And I'm going to
Oh.
put the cake on
She's
yet.
getting ready.
Right.
You're
Okay.
like 2 steps ahead of
Yeah.
us.
Yes. No, she's 2 steps, 3
Yeah.
steps ahead of us by putting the tricks on.
Pre-prepared.
Eh?
So I just take a small bit of sugar paste and just put it between your fingers and heat it up a small bit. And it
Drop
gets
your hands down
really...
for me. Perfect.
Sorry.
Right.
Put- so you heat it up a small bit and it gets really tacky. And then you can just pick like that and it just comes out so easy. We don't need that letter.
What we're writing.
I was going to write welcome.
Okay.
So it's a baby themed cake,
Oh.
obviously,
Yeah.
with baby blocks. So
Or hello world. Be nice.
yeah.
Mm?
Well,
Yeah.
make your mind up.
Okay, we'll do hello world.
I find that when you're pulling out the ones with the long little thin bits, I go for the thin bits first because if anything sticks, it's the
It's
little
the
thin
little bits,
squiggy
yeah.
bits.
I think Hello World's quite nice because it means everybody gets to see you doing the flooding for longer.
Oh, she's going to flood mine as well. I'm so
she?
excited that she's going to flood mine.
And yours is a different thing altogether.
Because I wrote loads.
Yeah.
And mine's a different thing altogether. And I'm doing maths.
So let's just say something here. So you're going to see here, which is really very good that she picked the word hello, because it's going to Michelle is going to show you how to impress missing one letter and then taking the letter out and putting it again for the 2 L's. Yeah.
Yeah. So sometimes you're going to find a word that has 2 of the same letters, and in some of the sets you only have 1 of each letter. So you just literally put down the letters that you have there. So I have H-E-L, and then I kind of take the L out. So I'll use a little scribe, or you can use your finger, and then just move it beside it. So I have left enough space there for an extra L. Now, because I'm going to flood it, I am pressing down really deep, so there's room for the liquid to go.
So usually we'd advise there's a light emboss.
Yeah.
But because we're going to be infilling, it kind of needs to have that almost hollow letter, so the flooding technique works.
But if you're painting it, it's nicer if it's not so deep.
Yeah,
Because then you get this jagged edge.
Absolutely, yeah. So some of the sets actually have duplicates of some lowercase letters. It's not needed for the larger ones, because with the large ones you're only going to be writing 1 or 2 words. So for the smaller ones for cookies and cupcakes and the medium-sized fonts, there's a lot of extras in most of the sets just to help you. It's not necessary, as you can see, but it's just an extra little bonus. Make sure you spell it right. I spelled wrong once. I was doing a board with Dawn from Dinky Doodle. I wrote Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, and she airbrushed it, because she can actually airbrush Sweet Stamp as well. And she airbrushed it after I embossed the cake board, and it was only after I uploaded it on Instagram people were like, "What's tickle?"
Tinkle winkle.
Yeah, I know, because there's no N. I think it's on the Instagram page. It's so funny. So I spelled it wrong, and she didn't even notice the wrong spelling when she was spraying it as well. And I uploaded and edited it. But anyway,
See how easy it is. Just look how easy and quick it is.
But it looks so professional.
Now I'm a bit OCD when I'm doing these. I take the letters off and put them straight back in the pad.
Is that a hint?
I will
Tidy up as I go
I
along.
will tidy up just to save Carol from
Yeah.
telling us off. I
You
like
keep
this
filming,
bit.
Maria. They're all curious that 2 nights on the
Maria.
run now you've been wearing a soft top.
Yeah, it's alright. Maria's arm like right across the camera.
So they're all curious, Maria, that there's no jumper 2 nights on. But it is very warm in the kitchen. We have got the heating on full blast, and there is 6 bodies in the kitchen.
Exactly.
And we've had more lights put in here as well.
it's a lovely bright room.
Yeah.
I will wear my jumper next week. Don't worry.
Why does she wear a jumper? Because it's cold in
She's always cold.
Stockport.
You want to see, in our office next door, she is freezing. She's got a jumper on. She only took it off when she come in here.
Right, what we're at.
I'm looking for the little nozzle.
So this is the exciting bit. This is drum roll.
Drum
this
roll,
is the
drum
big,
roll, drum
the big
roll.
reveal.
Well, why don't
So-
you talk about the consistencies
Yeah.
first before you,
Yeah.
you go
Yeah.
straight
Are you going to
into
make
it?
one?
Yeah, I'll make one up. I have a spare bottle here, and
Shall we take the board out of the way?
Yeah.
Last thing we need is dust on that.
So we're using Fractal colours of choice tonight. So the
Yeah.
sugar paste that we're using is Renshaw Extra, for those people who are asking. So we've used Renshaw Extra for covering the cake. We're using Renshaw modelling paste. Is it the flour modelling paste or the modelling paste?
it's flour and modelling paste.
Flour
as well,
modelling
yeah.
paste that we were using for the blocks. We're using the baby blocks from Patchwork Cutters. We're using the stencil, the polka dot stencil from Patchwork Cutters. Everything is on our website. And now we're going to use the Fractal colours for making this liquid.
So
Okay.
Go ahead, Michelle.
So
Go for
you
it. Is she in the middle?
So this is like a metallic bronzy kind of gold. So I am pouring in, I'd say there's what, half a teaspoon there. And then a small bit of dipping solution. Just until you get the consistency of paint. So you don't want it too liquidy or it will just bleed into your sugar paste. And you don't want it too thick or it won't run and flood.
And can you quickly show the audience? So you're showing Maria, which
And
is
then
her
the
camera,
audience. Oh.
and that audience. You have to show 2 people here. Maria, you got to show Maria because she wants to have a good look, and you need to show that camera as well.
Okay, so it's a consistency there. It's not dripping off, so I'm going to put a small bit of dipping solution.
So the product that's being used here is dipping solution that helps water it down. You can use Rejuvenator, gin, vodka, Bacardi,
Sorry, I'm off again.
or lemon juice.
Okay, so that's well mixed there, and you can see that it's liquid. It's going to flow. It's not too thick. Okay.
And you've used blossom tints. You're using like the kind of shimmer lusters there.
These are
called
fractal.
they're Fractal, and we're using the Sue Pearl range of Fractal. Fractal is suitable for vegetarians, vegans, halal diets. It's completely free. You can use it. I don't mean it's free to buy, but it's free for all diets.
Free on the website,
They have two lots of dust. They have the Fun Dust Stick range, which are the mattes, and they have the Sue Pearls, and we're using a Sue Pearl.
Okay, so I've used a long piping nozzle to get that into the bottle, but Amy has...
Yeah, I used a funnel before at
Yeah.
home, so anything that's kind of, like, I think the nozzles are a great idea too.
Yeah,
I think the nozzles are
everyone
good.
has nozzles at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just going to test it first. Always test it, otherwise you'll ruin your board. Sorry. So I'll just grab another letter.
Just remember for the camera.
Yeah.
It's okay.
See, that's what happened. We put all the letters away, Carol.
Yeah, that's
We were
why I was
trying to
keeping
be
it
well
there.
behaved, and look at the trouble we've caused.
So this is your test one.
Yeah. So I'm just going to press it in, and it doesn't have to be neat. I just want to make sure that it's flowing properly. So you don't go straight upside down with the bottle, otherwise you'll get it everywhere. Gently just place it over.
And don't stick your needle in the sugar paste.
No.
Like somebody did yesterday.
So you
Bunged up the needle.
You gently place it over the widest part of the stamp, and you tip it over. I didn't put much in this bottle. And just gently squeeze, and you'll see it running around all the curves and the angles. If it's not moving anymore, just move up to the next widest bit and keep it in there, and I'm gently pressing it until it's full.
That's kind of sexy, though.
So the little bottles are exclusive from Amy. They're on our website and they're called Perfect Pour. Now,
I'm just going to put the link on.
yeah, Laura's going to put the link on. Let me tell you, we have run out of 2 products yesterday. So we are frantically getting more over. They will be over with us. So if you do order them, your order won't dispatch tomorrow. So I'd probably order everything else you want and then put these on an order for later next week. But we have put them on the website. Oh, have you not put them back in stock? I'm just going to put them in stock now. But anybody who orders the Perfect Pour and the large pickup pad, your order won't be released tomorrow. Sorry about that, guys, but I needed to put them on the website. So I'm just going to put the Perfect Pour in.
That's okay. When you're not using your Perfect Pour bottle, just pop. It comes with a little rubber lid. Sorry. It comes with a little rubber lid, and you just pop it on, and that stops it from drying out because it is alcohol and it will evaporate. And you can leave that in your press and then come back and use it a week later and just give it a shake.
Yeah.
And it will work. Now I haven't tested this one yet, but it's the colour that I want to use, so I'm just going to quickly...
Oh, wait.
Oh. Yeah, so you don't move it when it's wet.
As you see.
Yeah,
As demonstrated.
that's okay. This is not our
We
board.
meant to do that.
Yeah, so we've shown you what happens
It
when you
takes
move
about-
it really quick. It takes about 10-15 minutes for the alcohol to evaporate, and then it's dry and it's right to touch. So again, this is just the same paint, and that's too watery. So that's what you are not looking for, where you turn your bottle upside down and it starts dripping out itself without.
So this is why you need to do a test.
Yeah, that's why you do a test first.
Rose, do you want to grab that board that says congratulations at the back, and
Yeah,
while Michelle's filling that up again, we'll show them what you did yesterday.
Just need another one of those.
Which ones?
Another one of these.
So
Clean.
Yeah.
you guys clean it. Clean it for us. So this is one that Michelle did yesterday, and you can see it's all dry. So she embossed this sweet stamp a little bit deeper. This is the Elegant set, and this is such a pretty set. And she embossed it a bit deeper, and then she poured it in, and the alcohol evaporates, and then it's dry, and then that, like, you can do this about a week in advance before the
Yeah.
bake, so you don't have, and the sugar paste is quite hard. I've actually only heard about baking boards on your group. I've never heard of this before. So do you know how to bake a board? Can somebody explain it?
It's just basically a low oven, isn't it?
Very low oven. You just pop it in and it will dry out. That's all.
Don't leave it too long,
No.
because Gwen left hers in, it melted.
I keep the oven door open, to be honest, and just keep turning it, because normally my boards are too big to fit in the oven. So I just normally just keep turning it. No, only because it makes the cake look better, and you can put loads of letters on the board then. It makes it look fancier.
So the baking a board is if your sugar paste is too soft and you don't want to put a heavy cake on top of it, because sometimes it squishes the sugar paste off the side of the board, and if you bake it, it just makes it hard, or you just do it a few days in advance. So like I always just put it straight onto a soft board, but sometimes if your cake is really heavy, you'll just squish it.
So I've just put the Perfect Pour back into stock. I'm going to put the large pickup pads back into stock. They are on reorder, so please, even if you order next day delivery tomorrow, they won't get dispatched tomorrow. They'll get next day delivery when they come back in stock. Oh, you put the pickup pads back in.
It was literally just the pour bottles.
Yeah. Okay, great.
Okay, so that's a lot better. I just added a small bit more powder to it. And now I'm going to flood the board.
Do the sexy part.
Yeah. Now, if it, at first, it's hard to get control of it, so you definitely need to try it out on a piece of sugar paste first. Take your time. If you make a mistake on the board, dip in solution on a small bit of kitchen towel will take it off straight away. It's only dust, so don't panic.
And maybe start with bright, like light colours. Don't
Yeah.
start with a dark colour on a white board.
Like this.
Yeah.
Everybody's quiet now.
I know, it's concentration.
Oh, all right, nobody speak.
I was about to say, is this a bad time to tickle?
Don't
Don't laugh, Michelle, stop it. Oh, the end.
It will go down.
Well, look,
It's like a little river.
just right, it's lovely. That is quite,
It's clever, isn't it?
yeah. But it's
Oh,
therapeutic
Michelle, come
to
up with
watch. Yeah, Michelle, what are you thinking of next? What are you going to dream of tonight?
Not making a balls of this board. A mess of this board.
Yeah, sorry.
We're allowed the odd bad word here.
Yeah, the spherical devices.
So do you prefer flooding or painting?
If I'm in a hurry, this obviously.
Yeah.
And it's good to watch the video back because it is relaxing. But painting, I prefer painting.
If anybody wants to take note of Michelle's page on Instagram and Facebook, it's Sweet Shells. So SHELLS. Or
It's two
there's
S's.
two
at the
S's,
end,
yeah. And you can go up onto her social media pages and see some really cool time-lapse videos of her doing some large boards with this technique, and it's just lovely to watch. Just
I love
watch
this
it on
colour.
repeat.
What's this colour?
This is frozen
That's a
Aurora
beautiful
green.
colour.
Aurora green
Is it
and
really?
frozen blue.
Oh. Is it a mixture of the two
Yeah.
together?
I mixed the two of them. So just be very gentle when you're turning it around to get the next words in, and give it a little shake.
Pin drop.
So I know some people have got really excited and gone bought some similar products before we could actually launch the product. It was just a frenzy. So if you are, just keep note of the nozzle size and the actual size of the bottle and so on. Not all of them work, so we've just made sure that this is the perfect product for doing this. So you can get a pack of 2 for must be about $5.50 or £5 on Sugar and Crumbs website.
Yes,
Is it around- yeah, it's
$4.99.
around that, yeah. So 2 pack, and the thing is, you just buy one bottle for the one colour. You just keep refilling it. There's no need to clean and reuse. If you want to, you can, but you just put a little lid on it, and like it's usually golds and
Have we
silvers
got a
you use.
packet here? What they look like?
I think we have an open packet somewhere. I'll grab one in a second.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll just be putting the lids on these and just refilling them with that colour. So maybe get your first pack and start with a silver and a gold dust, because you'll use them for almost everything.
Yeah.
And then if you want, you can venture into the colour.
But look how quick that was.
The comments from people watching are absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Are they?
Really?
So all those
So
people who go, I've got a
impressed.
shaky hand and I can't do it.
Well, if you do have a shaky hand and it does go outside, a bit of dipping solution on a kitchen towel, and then it's perfect.
Does it look beautiful?
It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Now we're going to the next part.
I feel like there should have been a round of applause. And we
Definitely, I know.
But look how fast that was as well.
Yeah.
I mean, I do like painting because I find
Yeah.
painting very therapeutic, and I just actually like it if I'm on my own in the music. But that I've actually had a go at that, and I love that as well.
Yeah.
And your video when Amy released it, I kept watching it.
Yeah.
Look at this. Look at this.
So that's
Fantastic.
the
Yeah.
packaging.
And you
there.
get 2 bottles.
That's only
in.
one, so you get 2 bottles in that, and that's ready for you to purchase online. Well,
Yeah.
it'll take a few days for delivery because everybody's
Yeah.
gone crazy for them. But yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we'll
So if
I
you
let
want
this
your
dry.
order before then, let me just tell you, if you want your order before
Let
then,
this
order the
dry.
perfect pour separately.
before I start.
Would you want to do mine?
Do you want to do it?
Yeah, let's do mine if you
Okay.
want to.
So we do more flooding.
Yeah.
Yes, that would be great. And then
Do you
I
want to
can
put that somewhere to
finish-
dry?
Yeah.
Up there.
I don't know where.
I'm so glad that you had that idea because I really wasn't looking forward to.
Ooh. Now this is real cake.
This
I've
is
nearly
a real cake.
nearly broke me back coming up for this one. So
Right, so we've got,
carrying it up the stairs before.
we've already done this one, and the reason we've done this one already is because we want to put a little bit of background on before we do the flooding. So I'm going to do very, very quick.
Yeah.
I'll bring my stuff over. I'm going to use some blues, and we're just going to do a wash of blue around. So we're doing a suitcase.
Super.
And can you see what it says?
So will we be able to
turn
see
it
on that
round.
camera? So if we just, can you just turn it
I've
around
just
for me,
got-
Michelle?
Um,
Yeah. So can you see everybody?
I can see.
So all I'm going to do is do a wash and then hope that Michelle teaches me how to do the flooding.
Yeah.
Although what you've said is it would be better to do the flooding on the letters than
Yeah.
to do it on the world, because we've got the world map. Can we show the world map
Yeah.
set? I got my Greenland upside down before, but Amy got
The elements.
Amy put the element set. So these are the little sets that it's not just the letters. You can also get the little elements, and I love the world map.
Are you getting it out, Michelle?
I have done this
don't
cake
have
before.
the world map. You have
We
yours.
do. I have the
it.
world
I'll
map.
bring it in a minute.
Okay.
No, I've got it there in the
Have you got it
box.
out? Ready?
Have it here.
Is that Rosie set?
Yeah.
I have done a similar
got my
cake
set here.
before, and I did the map by hand, and it was the longest thing of all the cake. It was doing the map, and this was 2 seconds of the job, assuming you get Greenland the right way up.
Let me go in my newly reorganised cupboards. Did you get all the sets out?
Right, so all I'm
Yes.
doing,
They're in the pink boxes.
I'm going to get my glasses on. Where are my glasses?
On your
They're on
head,
your head, yeah.
They usually are.
Oh, that's the same. Oh, here we go. The purpley ones.
I keep doing that. This is what happens when you get old. I've turned into my mother. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by just putting some solution on, because if I don't put the solution on to start with, everything that I put on afterwards is going to end up being very, what's the word, blobby. So if I do that, then I've got a nice little background.
Turn the side up.
Give me.
So all I'm doing is looking for a bit of a wash effect on the back, nothing special, kind of like an old world map effect.
And that's exactly the kind of look you did on the suitcase as well, isn't it?
It is, I did that on the suitcase, but I also then used a bit of an airbrush just to get it a little bit.
Yeah, it's lovely.
Where's the, have you got a piece of kitchen roll
Yeah.
somewhere?
Yeah.
Would be helpful.
Yeah, there you go.
So I'm just getting
Can you
like
see that on that
Yeah,
camera?
I'm on the side.
washing
Yeah.
the back.
Do you want to just turn that cake just a little bit towards this camera, Rosie?
Which
Yes.
way?
Oh, you're coming round the side there
I'm
now.
going all the way round.
Right, good.
So at the moment, I've got a little treat to go on the top of the cake, which I'll save until later. Do a bit of modelling.
Done a bigger brush.
Have you got a bigger brush?
Yeah.
You've got bigger everything, you guys, haven't you? Size matters.
Yeah, we saw that brush as well. It's part of the fake
Oh, I
cake,
don't know,
Do
that's
you
a
want
bit
a
too
powdery
big.
brush?
Yeah, probably.
Would this one be better?
All I'm doing
about
is
that?
getting some sort of wash, and to be honest with
Same
you, if
one.
I had loads of time, I would kind of do a couple of layers, you know, wipe on, wipe off, and then just the same as doing any painting with this stuff. Like I did a face last week, and it's exactly the same principle. Look at this!
I know, so many
Looks
brushes
like
to
someone's
choose from.
makeup. Someone's makeup. Yeah. But the key is, and I do exactly the same when you're doing something like
You throw alcohol or vodka or rejuvenator all over the board.
alcohol everywhere, and the reason being, As anybody knows who's used any petal dust, if you don't, then you end up with blobs.
Yeah, a
When
powder.
you first put it on, you end up with a blob. So I'm just trying to get a very.
And you're
gentle
reusing the rainbow colour dust here as
These
well,
are just
aren't
the
you?
these are just the rainbow dusts. So I've got, I think it's baby blue and a grey. The grey to take the edge off the baby blue, really.
Okay. Yeah, that's good.
So, but then wipe it off, and I like to do like loads of layers of it.
Yeah.
I like to build it up. But I tell you what, if I do this side and then leave Michelle to do the flooding, how does that work, Michelle? And I can do the back of this whilst you're doing that. What do you reckon?
I thought you were going to do the flooding.
What did you say?
I thought you were going to do the
Oh, I
flooding.
will do. I'll do it under your instruction because you are the expert, remember? And I'm not. Yeah, so I did a face last week, and there were probably, even though it probably doesn't look it, there were probably about 10 different colours on the face, and each one was put on like this and then wiped off. Not put on like this, but one layer and then wiped off to try and build it the colour.
Somebody's asking, can you use the edible art paint with the perfect pour bottles? Do you want to explain that one, Michelle?
Yeah, so you can use them. The edible arts are a small bit thicker than normal paints. So again, just a couple of drops of dip in solution, pour it into your bottle, into your perfect pour, and test it, and then you're good to go. Just keep testing, that's the main thing. Make sure you test first before you pour. That's it, but yeah, you can. And any of the other dusts as well.
And someone's literally just asked as well about airbrush paints in the pourers.
Yeah.
So exactly, it's just
Airbrush,
I'd say it'd be
you'd be too thin.
too liquidy. Yeah,
thin.
yeah.
It's all about the consistency, isn't it? So if
Yeah,
it's too
definitely.
thin,
It's just going to
it's actually just going to run straight out of the needle.
Yeah.
I think the fractals may be too thin because they're water-based.
Water-based.
What about the rainbow dust ones? Because they're thicker, aren't they? You may have to water
I
them
haven't
down.
tried, but we can try it.
Always try it, can't we?
Yeah.
Well, we won't try it. We'll let them try it.
Yeah.
If you've got them, you know, anything you've got at home that's an edible paint, give it a try.
Yeah. So someone's just asked what solution is it that Rosie's using on the cake. It's a dipping solution. So it's a flavourless alcohol, basically clear alcohol. So this is the culprit dipping solution, and you can use any clear alcohol or very, very strained lemon juice. It has to be very, very strained.
We sell two types in that size bottle. We sell the Sugar Flare Rejuvenator in that size bottle, and we sell the dipping solution inside that in that size bottle. I'll add them to the wish list. Are they on the wish list, Maria? Do you know?
The dipping solution, yes.
I can't do without a big bottle of this in my house. You know, when you're doing, if you're doing a wooden floorboard, if you do a baseboard that's got, you know, you want it to look like wooden floorboards, the easiest way to do that is to score in your pattern and then do this, but flood the grooves with black, but exactly the same as this. Put a whole load of it on first to stop you ending up with lots of blotches.
Yeah.
And then when you wipe it off, it'll just stick in the grooves and it looks amazing, and it doesn't take any time at all. I've got to be honest, it is awful me doing things on camera because I am usually so slow. And in general, if I was doing this at home, I would take hours and hours and I'd work it up. I'm going to turn it round now. I quite like, I think I like the idea, I've got a hair there, a brush hair. I like the idea of having it a little bit darker around the, I'm going to get some dark blue out, around the world map. You know how when you have a map, you have these different sort of like scales of colour, and I think around the edges of the map, you get it slightly darker. So if I had lots of time, what I tend to do is try and make it a little bit darker around, so that by the time we flood it, it'll look a little bit more.
Oh wow, that's amazing though. That pop of bright blue there or dark
so
blue.
it's going to be coloured. I think we're going to go for a gold inside. We're going to go for something really nice and making it pop. But like I say, I am terrible for doing things in time because I like to spend time doing this sort of stuff.
Absolutely.
I don't think people start cake making and doing what we do unless they like doing those fiddly bits. Otherwise, you'd just be a baker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Building it up a little bit. But I quite like that idea of it sort of being just ever so slightly darker around the map. Right, Michelle, what colour do you think we're going to do?
I have a colour mix up there for you in a bottle.
We probably want to wait for the alcohol just to dry.
Oh, no, yeah, absolutely. But what do you think? What colour do you think we're going to go for?
I picked like a bronzy
Yeah.
kind of gold there.
I like that.
It was antique gold from Fractal.
Somebody's saying they like your apron.
My apron is specially made. This is the first one ever. and this is by Sunday Girl Company.
Yeah, the Sunday
And
Girls are brilliant.
They are amazing, and they said to me, if you could have any apron, what would it have on it? And I said, cakes and cocktails.
I'm going to speak to them to see why they've not made me one.
It was either going to be this. Well, shall I ask them to make you one as well?
Yeah, well, I know the girls really very well, so I'll be speaking to them. I said, hey,
Cakes and cocktails for both. But you don't drink. It would have. What would it be for Carol? You can have suggestions. Can we have suggestions?
balls of sugar paste, chocolate biscuits.
Are you a chocolate biscuits person?
I can be.
Right.
My worst thing is sitting here with sugar paste next to me.
Why?
Oh, because I just roll off little balls and eat it. It's
You
so
would
bad.
not.
I don't.
She's been doing it.
I've been doing it on Saturday.
Do you know what the worst thing for me?
I never touch it. I never touch it until we're on a live. And then when we're on the live, you just see me sat here. I roll off little balls of Saraceno, Renshaw, whatever's on the table, I will roll off, apart from the modelling paste.
But you know, the worst thing for me is that I usually, with this one, this is sugar paste mixed with modelling chocolate. I always do that because it gives you longer to work with it.
Yeah.
And it's a really lovely mix, and that tastes too good. Adding the chocolate in. Do you know when people used to make cakes and they used to rip off the fondant? Ever since I started putting modelling chocolate in the fondant, firstly
I
I
have
think...
to tell you, the
Go on.
modelling chocolate that you're talking about the Renshaw's modelling chocolate.
Yes,
Oh my God.
it's lovely.
Good.
It's lovely.
It's good. It's worth giving up men for.
Where's John?
He's not here.
Let's
Don't tell him I
let's
said.
not fix on that.
But
shall we?
seriously, I think anybody who's got this stuff is good. And this one's not open. I don't think I will open it. I've got a small pack down there, but this is amazing stuff. And they do it in caramel flavour.
I did not know this.
Did you not know they do
No.
caramel? Caramel is to die for.
And you can use sweet stamp on modelling chocolate
You
as
can
well.
use, that's it, you can use a sweet stamp on this as well. But this is so good.
But one of the problems is educating people, because people have got it in their heads that they don't like fondant. People have got
Yeah.
it in their heads that they rip the fondant off. Whereas fondant nowadays, it's changed. It's tasty, it works better. Right, so I'm going to stick with that a little bit just so that it can dry for Michelle. But like I say, I would sit here and labour this all day and make it beautiful. But what I've done, which way am I looking at it? This way. I've just made it ever so slightly darker around the edges, so hopefully it's going to make it pop when me and Michelle get to it. I've just put a little bit on there.
We'll get you a wipe.
So we're going to do that flooded, aren't we?
Yeah.
And we're going to do it painted, but we need to let it
Let it dry a little bit.
yeah.
Let it dry.
I think the big mistake people make with doing stuff with powder colour is that they whack it straight on. You've either got to dab it, if you're doing it dry, you've got to dab it on a piece of kitchen towel, or if you're doing it with the rejuvenator fluid, you've got to put lots in, otherwise it just blotches straight away.
That's a lovely effect now.
Yeah, so it's the same as this, except I've just airbrushed it and it made it pop.
So you can use the dusts with the alcohol. You can also use the edible art paints with the alcohol as well. If you have the, I'll show the camera these. This looks great, doesn't it? Look at the selection. So if you know the edible art paints, these guys here,
Yeah.
you can use this with the dipping solution to create a similar effect as well. If you only have the paints,
Nice.
so you can use both depending on what effect you're going for.
There's a few things I can't do
And
without in my
Renshaw
kitchen. and that's
chocolate
one of them.
flavour as well. So there's this one. I think they're both the same actually. Yeah, the ready to roll icing. Do it in small packs. Do you want a bite? I could just eat it.
The answer's yes, but I'm not going to.
No, I'll do it for
I'm
her.
saving myself.
Can you airbrush the chocolate fondant?
Right, so this is why
Okay.
I tend to mix the two together. A mixture of fondant and modelling chocolate, and you can airbrush it. The other thing is the sweet sticks, not the metallic ones, but the normal sweet sticks, will paint on chocolate because they're oil based, which is absolutely brilliant for those of us who use modelling chocolate on their own. So if I'm doing faces, often I could do it with modelling chocolate on its own. And if you want to paint them, so far you've had to mix paint with glaze. That's the way we used to do it. Now with something like sweet sticks, if you do anything with modelling chocolate, it's worth getting a set of sweet sticks in. So if you don't use the metallic ones, the plain ones from sweet sticks will paint on modelling chocolate.
Yeah.
And on chocolate, just on chocolate, because
Yeah.
they are oil based. They are absolutely brilliant. I spent the whole time in Germany playing with them. I didn't want to talk to anyone. I was just quite happy. And the other thing I love doing with them, so I do love the idea of flooding, but the other thing I love with the letters is doing things where they can be ombre. So you can take some of the sweet sticks and you can just start
Yes, you did a beautiful.
and change the colour, especially with the botanical set. Have we got a botanical
Why
set?
don't you do that with the world map? Would you do the ombre? And then we'll
Could do
flood-
it. Should we
yeah,
do
'cause
it?
that's a really nice effect. People
We
like.
could do
Yeah.
that. We'll flood the letters and we'll do an ombre on the world map.
You could do the green into bronze, maybe.
Yeah. I was teaching, so it's Miranda, who invented the sweet sticks. She's brilliant at inventing. She's rubbish at painting.
She'll admit that herself, though.
Oh gosh, yeah. So we were teaching her how to do some sort of ombre effect. I've splashed on this, but I don't mind. That's kind of where I was going, and I'm happy with that. I could labour things though. I need to know when to stand back. Doesn't
I
happen
can see the
naturally for
alcohol
me.
it's drying there, so
Yeah,
shouldn't be too
we're
much
nearly
water.
there. Right, so do we want to do this first then, or
Well, do you want to paint the map? I think you paint the map now.
yeah?
Yep.
Yeah, otherwise your hand would be going over the
Yeah,
letters.
so we'll paint the
Yeah.
map first. Do you want to do the ombre effect then?
Yeah.
Do you
Okay.
want these two colours, or do you think
Well, do you want those two
they're
colours?
the metallics? So it's up to you. It's your cake.
Well, we want you to show the audience all your skills.
I would have. Do you know the nice thing about the flowers is that we were doing like pastel colours, beautiful, pretty
Yes.
colours was nice. Right, I need some paintbrushes then. Let's do this.
So we'll use the sweet stamp brushes here.
Hold on. We need that to dry a little bit first, I think.
So what do you think?
We can
Bronze
try.
and
Let's
green?
try. Let's see how it goes.
Do you want to start with green?
Let me dab it off and see how it goes. This could go horribly wrong. If it does, I'm going to blame Amy. Or
Well,
Carol.
if you want to wait for it to dry a minute, why don't we get
we'll
Michelle
try.
back?
Do you know what though? I don't mind because we're doing it for. One of the things about doing things and getting it wrong
'Cause you
is
can show
that
them
you
how to
learn
put it
stuff.
right.
And one of the most important things, people always ask me what the most important things I've learned, and you'll understand this because you do buttercream and you do your icing sugars. One of the things that people say to me all the time is, I can't do this and I can't type properly, and it's usually not them, it's usually the consistency of what they're working with. So when you show them something that's definitely not going to work, so when the lights are hot and it warms in your hand and you say, normally I would add some more icing sugar or I would put it in the fridge, suddenly they go, oh, well, normally I was just battling on.
Yeah.
So I think that sometimes getting it wrong is not a bad thing, and this is just for us.
I totally
We
agree
can
with that.
try. Let's have a go and try.
And this environment's good to get things wrong, so you can show people how to fix them.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right.
I love that effect. That effect is stunning.
Well, I've got to be honest. You know me. I'm a perfectionist. To me, that's awful.
Is that?
Oh no.
But I'll live with
I don't
it.
think so.
I'll live with it. Right. So what I'm going to do is, I don't know how this will look. We are literally testing it out on the audience, but let's see how it goes. Let's try and do.
Can that camera pick up? Can we pick up on that camera, Rosie?
Which camera?
That one at the
Yeah,
side of you?
problem
This
is it's
this one.
Rosie's
This one.
arm is there.
Oh yeah, your arm's in the
We
way.
can't ask her to
You move it to where it needs
move
to
around.
be.
Yeah,
Are we causing chaos?
yeah. The only thing is your arm's in the way. Didn't you just
Is this
amputate your
camera?
arm and leave your
Is that
fingers
Camera?
there?
Right. Let's
Yeah.
let's try.
Yes,
Is
that's
that
it.
working?
Yes, better.
So, do you know, regardless of what it ends up looking like in here, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you what I mean by the ombre effect. So if I do that, and then I'm going to get a piece of kitchen towel. I'll get a dirty one. Doesn't matter. I'm just going to get a piece of kitchen towel. You can use
Oh
a
yeah, it's
different
kitchen
brush.
towel. Yeah, sorry.
But
Here.
these are the sweet sticks, right? So all I'm doing is I'm putting the two colours, and this is exactly the same principle as doing anything when you're blending it.
Can they see or your hand in the way again?
I'm then going to take the two and I'm going to start blending the two together.
Right.
like
So Laura's just coming round to hold the camera up so that you can see. So then that way you can put your hand anywhere you want. Just hold on, Rosie.
Sorry, everyone.
There's a lot to do, so that it's not like you're going to miss anything.
So we can have the overhead shots.
I'm getting this shot. Exactly.
That looks really well.
Yeah. Do you want me to do the camera? Maria, what would you like me to do?
Am I all right doing this? Can anyone see what I'm doing?
Yeah.
The principle, so I like the idea of maybe having more than one colour, more than two colours even, but the idea is simply of getting two colours together. So imagine this was a flower. I would choose to do one colour on the outside and then a different colour on the inside and then blend the two together. And imagine if it's a flower, right? If it's a flower, what I'm going to do then, just for the sake of demonstration, is I might even drag it in So you get those sort of petal shapes and those petal, I'm going to get rid of that now because I don't like it. But the idea of having two colours and working them together, and if you want to do like an ombre colour on your lettering, start with one colour and then stop that colour, start another colour, blend the two together and keep going. And it looked really pretty, didn't it? There's Amy. It looked really pretty.
Amy's now on camera control for us,
Yeah.
which is very much appreciated.
Have you been demoted?
Oh, or promoted. I'm not sure.
Promoted.
And here's the other thing about sweet sticks. You can come back. So one of the things about doing anything which is oil based as well, you see that by going in again, look, this is one that's been there a little while ago, but it's not dry. And if I go in, I'm lifting it off, and I don't want to do that. You see how I can lift it off? So you can wait until it dries and then come back and add some more. And that's something that you can't do as easily with the powder dusts and the rejuvenating fluid, because of the fact that the rejuvenating fluid kind of wipes it away again. Let me just try and... I'm going to leave that now for the very reason I just said, that you can overwork it. So let's go to a new place. Let's go to... This is probably where we should do some... We should probably do some white, shouldn't we? But I'm not going to go with the world. I'm just going to go with what colours we've got.
Oh, would you like to continue painting that, and I can start explaining how to use Sweet Stamp and buttercream?
Exactly.
Something
because
I've been dying to show everybody, because I love working with buttercream on camera.
I couldn't believe yesterday when Carol was suggesting that I do it, because I haven't a Scooby how you do it. So I'll keep working on this.
We thought we thought you would stay up all night like I do and practice.
No! When you said she's practicing now, I'm like, the hell I am.
So, Sweet Stamp on buttercream. This is the lime. What's the new flavour?
Lemon and raspberry.
Oh, no.
Oh, blueberry and lemon.
Sorry, yeah, lemon.
Blueberry and lemon you've got.
Oh, it's so gorgeous.
It smells lovely, isn't it? It's
That's
lovely.
the one I'm nicking.
Makes a gorgeous cheesecake.
Oh yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cheesecake really
This
is.
is a cake dummy that I've just iced in buttercream earlier. So it was really funny because the way dummies are so light, and so it's really hard to buttercream a dummy. So I have a nail put through the base of this, but I didn't have a hammer, so I had to improvise. I don't know if you heard me hammering.
No, you didn't actually.
But the end of this nail.
It's so funny. She came walking into our office and said, "Can I have a nail?"
And a hammer.
And a hammer. Don't know where you're going to get one then,
where's
but
your
go and
sugar
try.
paste? Where's your dummies? Where's your nails and hammers? But anyway, the top of this nail is crooked. I don't know if it was my fault or whatever, but you can see that it's kind of wobbly. But we'll work with it. So this was iced a few hours ago, and it's with the Sugar and Crumbs flavoured icing sugar. What's your recipe for your
2 to 1.
2 to 1? Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's the standard. Do you put water or milk into it to loosen it up?
I add hot water to it to loosen it up for covering a dummy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I use condensed milk sometimes to make it more creamy.
Yeah.
I never use fresh cream.
Okay.
And
Yeah. Because it
but
would be best to use fresh cream when
Yeah, I won't
it's not
use
going to be
fresh cream, yeah.
refrigerated. Yeah. So Sweet Stamp and buttercream, it's not for everybody, but it is completely possible if you know the consistency of your recipe and how to use Sweet Stamp with it properly. Now, this kind of works for ganache as well, but I would definitely suggest if you're using Sweet Stamp buttercream, don't do it for your first order. So let's say you're going to try it for a kid's birthday at the weekend. Don't. Try it for your family cakes, or even if you make a mistake, have a backup like a Sweet Stamp plaque to go over it. So you're just going to need to get used to your recipes, the consistency of the actual buttercream, how to use the Sweet Stamp, and also the environment can be, like if it's too humid or if it's a really dry day, it can also play a factor in that. So I'm just going to get some sugar paste, and I'm going to once again take the letters of the Sweet Stamp out with some sticky sugar paste. So I'm just going to make it sticky in my fingers, and if you want to, you can add a bit of water if needed. And I'm going to pull the letters out. So you can actually just emboss straight into the into buttercream, but you need to make sure that your buttercream cake has been chilled and crusted over a bit. So I had this chilled for about 2 hours in the fridge, and then I took it out about just before we started the live. If it's too cold, you're obviously not going to be able to push anything in, because it's like butter almost with a bit of sugar in it. So you know how hard butter is once it's really chilled. So you need to make sure it's chilled, but then bring it back out to your kitchen in the atmosphere for a few more minutes. Let it warm up a little bit, but still keep that crust. Because if you're going to emboss straight onto soft buttercream, it's just going to stick and it's going to be a mess. So I'm going to emboss on the top here, and then I'm going to emboss on the side. I wouldn't advise using the pick-up pad or the tacky pad for this, because if you do make a mistake, it's not going to be as easy to fix as it was on sugar paste. But as I said, have a backup plan. So I'm going to keep that sticky sugar paste on the letter, and I'm going to use this to emboss. So I'm just going to find a nice, I am terrible at buttercream, so excuse my finish. But I'm just going to lightly emboss that into that crust. And there you go. So it's never going to be the beautiful, clean effect you'll get on sugar paste, but you can still see it works really well. And then one by one, I'm just going to write my name. Oh, there we go. It's already got a bit sticky. So I'm going to use my scriber then to pop that one out. There we go. Thank you. And if you make a little mistake, don't worry. We can go over with our texture tools after that. I probably pressed that one a little bit too deep. This is what I'm saying. I'm not used to this recipe. This isn't my one. So you're just going to have to play with your recipe and perfect it. Make sure it's nice and even as well. You're not going to press too deep on one end and lighter on the other. And it's just going to give you a little template so you can hand paint after. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put that back in the fridge for about 10-20 minutes and make sure that's really hard. And
Do you want to put some elements on it as well?
Oh yeah.
Should we do that? Should I get curls and swirls out? And
I have the music notes if you want.
You've got which one?
Music notes.
Yeah, do that. So you tell them about all the element sets that you do as well.
Yeah, so elements are like add-on packs for Sweet Stamp. They're not lettering, so they're like music notes, there's curls and swirls, there's the map that Rosie was using.
Silhouette.
There's the silhouettes for like the bride and groom when they were getting engaged and so on. What else do we have?
Love.
Baby. Love elements. So we have themed ones for seasons as well.
Yeah. We've got the new fairies coming next week.
Oh yes, if you've seen on my Sweet Stamp page, I released the fairy ones, and Carol was giving out to me that she doesn't have them, and I've released them. So we've made a deal that if anything's going to be released, Carol has to have it in her warehouse first, and then I release it. But yeah, it's all just little designs I'm coming up with to complement the lettering. Or if you have cupcake or cupcake toppers that you just need a simple design that you just emboss and paint or leave as it is or so on. So the music notes is quite a nice one, and it's the same thing again. You're just going to press down and lift up. So I'm going to press down with my fingers with this one. So you're just creating that little indent, and you're going to pop that back out. You can pop it out with a scriber, or if you can with your fingers. So if there's little mistakes, see here, you can just kind of mold that back if needed. And that's the good thing about buttercream, it's very moldable as well. I'll just use another music note over here just to kind of balance it. So it's the same technique for the side of the cake, just you kind of pivot and press and make sure it's nice and even. And then pop out. So you're never going to get the same result as buttercream, but you can still see that's going to give me all the relevant lines to paint inside. Mm-hmm. But if I start painting with that now, that's just going to go straight in. See what I mean? This isn't going to be used as anything when we're finished. So that's going to go straight into the buttercream. And if I start painting in the letters, that's just going to make loads of marks. Yeah. So I'm going to put that in the fridge for about 20 minutes, make sure it's hard again. And then I'm going to show you what paints you can use to paint buttercream, because obviously your regular paint mix isn't going to work because this is an oil-based, buttercream's oil-based. And it's very similar with ganache as well. So you need to make sure that it's crusted over a little bit, but firm enough so the letters don't stick, but you can still emboss them, and then chill it before you paint it. So I'm going to put that back, and where are we at next?
Who's up next?
Are you ready, Michelle?
So someone's asked what set the musical notes come in. So they're an element set. So they're a set completely on their own. They're available on the Sugar and Crumbs website. And so if you go into the Sweet Stamps brand, shop by brand, look for Sweet Stamps, and everything is on the page there. So they're called music notes, and they're an element set rather than a pack with the fonts or anything like that.
And there's loads of different type of elements.
There are. Well. Someone did ask have we got Oh Baby, and yes we have.
Yep.
We have the Oh Baby set as well.
Let me just tell you, we sell everything that Amy sells. But yeah, if you're here in the UK, you know what, pop over to our site and buy it. But we do have lots of customers over there in Ireland. So if you're in Ireland, pop over to Amy's site and buy direct off her. It's a bit bonkers that she sends it across the water and we've got to send it back again. So if you want stamps and you're in Ireland, buy them off Ireland. Otherwise, come over and see us.
Not that I'm trying to take business away from myself, but it's the same price. So
exactly the same price
if you
either.
want to get all the Sugar and Crumbs sets as well.
The only thing is with the Irish people that we do have to charge postage. Yeah. Whereas we can't in England, in the UK, in mainland England, we can give you free postage on orders at over £40. The other thing is I meant to tell you is I completely forgot. We've brought in 6 new moulds from Katie Sue today, so they're also in the wish list. I can't show them here because I actually forgot to bring them. So they're on there. There's lots of other goodies on there, but do keep enjoying this. I just need to make sure that I tell you about that. And when Rosie comes back on again, I'm going to get to tell you about the offer that we've got on with Bake for Heroes.
Great, I'm going to put this in the fridge
You'll
now.
put that in the fridge.
Goody good.
So where are we up to, Michelle?
So I have embossed on the front of this tall cake dummy a little quote from a nursery rhyme, and I've just trying to start to paint it there to get ahead of myself. So that's it there. So it's going to be a baby cake. Now what I've done is, with the extra little polka dot piece of modeling paste that I had, I cut out little small blocks. So I used the template, the patchwork cutters, and I cut out individual squares. So I have,
Yep, that's it.
Yeah.
So we can see them.
sorry, so I have little individual squares that I'm going to stick around the cake, and random designs.
It's just to kind of pull the design all together. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah. And then we're going to make a teddy bear using the Karen Davis
Teddy bear.
Teddy bear
I forgot to get
molds.
the little clippers. Do you want a pair of large scissors?
No, sure, we'll
or I've
do
got
them like
tweezers.
this.
Will tweezers do it?
Yeah, but he's
You're
nice
quite
like
happy
that
with
as
them
well.
like that?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
do him like that as well. So I'm just going to turn this around to the side so I can see where I'm sticking it. I've started to paint now. I love taking my time when I'm painting, so I'm kind of rushing this, but I will fix it up later. So,
I can't see much of any mistakes there.
no?
No. No. Looks fabulous.
Yeah.
No,
So
yeah.
you embossed with, what set is that?
That's
the
the classic set,
Yeah.
yeah. It's not used very often, and I don't know why, because it's absolutely gorgeous.
So it's like the real plain set. It's a medium-sized font.
Yeah.
And it has uppercase, lowercase, numbers, and symbols as well. So if you really can't decide what set to get, this might be a good one to start with. Well, they're all. I actually recommend them all to start with, but for different reasons. Somebody actually said to me, this is also a really good set for children because a lot of kids can't read calligraphy. So it's going to be a really easy one for any kids' cakes as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm using the Sweet Sticks, the coloured metallic palette.
That's only brand new as well.
Isn't it amazing? It's like eyeshadow.
So that's the pastels metallic palette on our website, just for anyone who's looking for it.
So can I just answer 2 questions? Rolly, unfortunately we don't deliver to Nigeria. So I know you're based in London, so you're going to have to get everything sent there. So unfortunately we can't deliver to Nigeria. And Julie, I know you're not in the UK at the moment and you're here at the end of June. Place your order and just use click and collect. And then put in there that you'll contact us at the end of June to arrange delivery, and we can sort that out for you.
So I'm just popping glue onto the back of these little squares here, and I'm just, because it's modelling paste, it's still a bit soft, so I can mould it to the roundness of the cake.
This is actually such a quick cake.
Yeah.
So you just cover it. You have mold, sweet stamp, and
Stencils.
So it's like a cake, and I'm not saying this in a bad way, that you don't really need much talent for.
Thanks, Amy. Thank you.
I'm not saying this in a bad way.
Well, there you go then.
But you can see, the talent is putting it all together. Michelle's going to do that.
day job, Michelle.
Yeah.
This is her day job too. But no, I'm saying that just copy Michelle's design, and it's
No, it is.
yeah.
It's a really
Yeah.
quick cake.
Yeah.
So if you had a last minute order, or you just found out that your best friend is having a baby tomorrow, and you don't know anything about it,
Quick cake.
yeah. So can I turn this around to me so I can see?
Yeah, or if you turn it to Maria, we can move the camera over there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, if you can turn a little bit towards Maria.
And it's great the way that like I always say, the hardest cake. Well, I know a lot of people say this is the plain ones.
Yeah. There's nowhere to
Yes.
hide any mistake.
Yeah.
That's like, that is true. When people say, I don't want nothing on the cake, just a plain one. Oh, how am I going to hide this?
I mean, no.
Not just want some butterflies, just so I can strategically hide
When you look it with
lumps
your
and bumps.
smoother.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to pop them in random spots, like as if I was building blocks. Oh, there's no glue behind that one.
I can't believe how effective the polka dot stencil looks on them. It's gorgeous.
So everything that we sell from the Sweet Stamps, if you're watching the live feed, I'll just pop on the link, okay?
I can't see what it
gorgeous.
Why has it gone quiet?
Everyone's focused.
I can't bear it.
We know you can't. You're like me, you never shut up.
No?
Everybody's gone very quieter.
Yeah.
So you can see
Yeah,
the
but
way
it's
that
nice
the
to
flooding
watch.
has dried in there. Still a tiny bit damp, but it's dried in. Like, because that was like a swimming dough when we left it there a minute ago. So just random colours all around.
So you're just kind of wrapping that around the base, matching
Yeah.
the board.
Isn't it fantastic to watch? Come on, get these love hearts and thumbs going. You know, you've got to give it to Rosie and Michelle. They've done an incredible job tonight. And I've just been up there to have a look at what Rosie's doing with the Ombre Effect for the world map. Still save some, Rosie. Don't do it all.
Do you know, I found out new techniques, even trying it out, which
Right.
goes to show
But
you
don't
should
do
always
any
try
more.
it.
Don't do any.
I'll leave Australia.
Yeah, leave Australia. But look how great these girls are.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah, just tilting the camera so you get a better look.
So when you're finished with this, you're adding the blocks that we've
Yeah,
made
I'm
earlier.
going to just pop them up here now just to see where I want to place them.
So we've still got a fantastic audience tonight. So well done everyone for sticking with us, even though we did have technical difficulties for a minute.
Only a split second.
Yeah, it wasn't bad, was it? Very good. So well done. You've all been watching 3 lives this week, and we've got another on Saturday morning. So Saturday morning at 10:30, we're going live with Karen Davies at our demonstration morning.
I love Karen.
She's brilliant.
Love Karen.
Love her
And she's
products.
moving units as well on Saturday.
She's moving units.
Yeah, so she's come, she's going to come do the demo, say hello to everybody, have 5 minutes, and then she's got to go back and help Barry
As
move.
if she's not daft.
That's what I said, leave Barry to it.
So ideally you would spray glaze on the blocks after you do it. Because you can see my fingerprints all over because I'm touching all different colours and picking up the blocks. But they're so
Why don't you
cute.
pass one of those white wipes? Use one of these wipes on your hands, that'll get the cameras on.
Okay.
So we've got no glaze in the kitchen, and I'm ever so pleased because I used glaze the other day, and now I know why you're supposed to spray everything outside. I will never spray anything in my house again. So, so the white that I've just given Michelle is a white by Spectrum Flow, and they are fantastic. They are so good, and they're called Wipeouts. And they're great for cleaning up any little fingerprints
They're
off.
amazing. Do you
Oh
sell
my
them?
God.
Yes.
They are the best thing ever invented,
Yeah.
apart from Michelle's flooding technique. Sorry, Michelle.
Yeah.
What about sweet stamp?
Oh.
Anything. They just clean up everything.
It's okay.
Yeah.
They can work together.
And Karen is watching. She loves you too, Rosie.
Oh, we all
Ooh.
love Karen. Her products are the best. I love them. Love them.
They're
But
fantastic.
But Karen, if you're listening, I haven't got the chunky knit. Just so you know.
Was that a big hint?
I think so.
That's beautiful, Michelle. It's absolutely gorgeous. that,
Yes,
isn't it?
fantastic. Well done, Michelle.
And you can just pop your little squares anywhere.
Yeah. Do you like? Have you ever tried those wipeouts, Michelle?
No, I
They're
love
brilliant,
it.
aren't they?
Well, I had a piece of dust that was on there when I was covering the cake that I couldn't get off, and I literally just gave one quick wipe and it's gone.
Yeah.
They're amazing.
Absolutely love it. Great. I don't know if I put the wipeouts in the wish list. Did we put them in? I can put them in.
They're really nice, yeah.
Yeah. They're a very handy thing to have.
So
Loads of questions tonight, isn't there?
Yeah, do you want to shout a couple out? Do you want to answer any?
So Barbara asked what sweet stamps are being used. So on the actual side of the cake, that isn't completely painted yet. That's the classic set. And on the board for Hello World is the handwritten set. And when Rosie comes back, we'll show you the elegant set. That's what she used for the...
Love it.
Yeah.
What did you say on the board again?
Come fly with me.
Come fly with me. And Michelle is going to flood that with her flooding technique using the perfect pour bottles. What else? People are loving the dots.
Yeah, we're going to try and use a few sets tonight. So we've got the classic set, the what do you say, elegant set,
Handwritten.
handwritten set,
Yes, and I'm going to show you the
I have
Sugar
uh,
and crumb
sugar
set.
crumb set. Yeah.
handwritten.
So there's about 10, is there 10 sets in the range? You might know more than me.
I can't remember.
There's about 10 sets in
I
the range.
just know that my photographer resigned this week because of how many there was.
Yes, too many letters. But there is
I don't
sets
think he ever
for
wants to see
everybody.
the alphabet ever again.
There's large, medium, and small
Oh, yeah.
sets. So if you're a cupcake maker, there's little mini sets called cookie and vanilla. And we have medium sets and loads of different styles, and then we have large calligraphy style sets as well. And I'll go through a few of them with you in a little while as well.
I'm going to finish them off all together and get him to line up all the elements.
Oh yes, there's not as bad though as the letters. That's the easy job. People are saying they like the wipeouts.
Yeah, I'm just putting them in the wish list now.
They're amazing.
And there's a funny little quirk on the back, and it was Jamie. You know, whenever I go to lives, and I always go over to Cake Lakes and see my favourite man at the show.
Oh.
Sorry, Barry, but Jamie is. And then, but I always go over to see Jamie and tell everybody how handsome he is and lovely he is. And he has put this little comment on the back, and at first we thought it was a typo, that somebody did it for a joke in-house, and then it's actually gone through to the product. That's as the wipeout.
You read
So,
the instructions.
When you read the instructions, it says, a minute, what did it say? Wipeouts can wipeouts can also be used to clean airbrushing equipment, tools or surfaces, cannot be used to erase life's mistakes or ex-boyfriends.
Hilarious.
So funny. Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah. It was my John who read it. I never read instructions. He reads everything, John.
Can I have another one of those? I
Yes,
just
you
have
can.
a mark here.
Yeah.
I'm going to try it. Thank you. I have two.
Oh, you have to. Yeah. And the other thing is, when you do pull them out or you use them, even when you use them, if you've only used a little bit, I am quite frugal, and I fold them back up again, and I slip them back in the pad.
I do that with face wipes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm
Oh,
so-
do you?
I can afford a second pack of face wipes, but if I just use a little bit, it's folded up and put
Yeah.
back in.
But I don't know what they do with them, but it's not just the alcohol, it's not just like the dipping
No,
solution,
it's-
is it?
No.
Whatever is on them works
Yeah.
so well on everything.
They did tell me that they use a special material as well.
Yeah.
Propanol and desmineralized water.
Yeah.
It's quite simple. The
She
It
spent a
is, the
long time
formula
developing
is,
it, yeah.
but the actual material of the wipe, it took them a long time to develop because of
Yeah.
the cross weave, so it doesn't
Oh,
get
you
a
was
fibre
listening
off.
to that conversation, weren't you?
Yeah.
We was at a
I'm
meeting
listening.
having a chat with them, and they did tell us, but I
Yeah.
couldn't repeat that. You're so good at repeating stuff. I
It's
can't
to stop
remember
any
it.
of the loose fibres coming off.
Mm.
So they have to do it in a proper weave to stop that from
Yeah, because
happening.
a lot of people have gone off and started dipping cloths in alcohol, thinking they're getting it,
No.
and they're not. They're getting fluff back on their cake.
Yeah.
So
Makes
that's
more of a
exactly
mess.
what they told us. But I couldn't repeat that. But Laura was at the table. With
I was
us.
scared then when you said I couldn't repeat it. I thought, have I just given away like a really big secret of the
No,
product?
I couldn't say the words to remember. But no, you've remembered it perfectly.
Okay, so I'm.
I would have been there saying, I don't know. They've had to buy some special cloth. What we're looking for?
The palettes.
The other
Ah,
part, please.
super.
So you can keep on sticking blocks on if you like, and then I think I'm finishing
Yeah,
up
that's
that. Yeah.
beautiful.
So this is the Karen Davis teddy bear mold. I used this on a cake recently, and I think I made like 7 or 8 teddy bears in about 5
Oh,
minutes.
it's the so easiest thing,
Oh my
isn't it?
God,
Yeah. And there's 2 sizes for the teddy bear mold as well. There's a little baby one.
Oh, I haven't seen
Have
the
you
baby
seen the
one.
baby
No.
one? Oh, I've got the baby one, I think. Do you want to have a look? Don't start doing anything yet until Marie gets
Oh,
back
right,
that
okay.
camera. So you just keep rolling the sugar paste.
Rolling.
So do you want to do your little readout, Laura? Because you haven't done it tonight, have you?
Did it at the beginning?
Did you? What do you want to do again?
Yeah, so anything that you can see that's being used on the live is available to buy at sugarandcrumbs.co.uk. If you've missed any of the live, I know a few people have missed a few bits the beginning of it. And it is a bonus, so we understand,
That's
you know, we just really
That's
enjoy the fact that you're with us. So if
You
you
can
have
use
missed
that one.
any of it, you can catch up when we're finished. The whole post will be pinned to the top of the page.
Okay.
And then we will also be transferred over to YouTube as well in a day or two. Maria, who you'll see over Michelle's shoulder, over Rosie's shoulder, captures this fantastic footage and squishes it all down into these great 1-minute videos. So that's all. There'll be quite a few of those actually from the lives that we've done, just because there's so many different techniques that we're filming and managing to show you. So yeah, if you've missed anything, you can always catch up. And if you've missed last night's live, for example, again, you can catch up when, that gets transferred over to YouTube, and you can catch up on Facebook as well. So yeah, I think I've covered everything there.
Yeah, you have. And we're frantically trying to find the little teddy, but he is on the website. We do have a teddy face as well, just in case.
No,
that's not it. But we do have teddy borders. Maria's found everything to do with a teddy, except the one that I was on about. She's under there going, right, okay. You know what, Maria, forget it. Let's go back to where we were.
20 to 10.
Okay. 20 to 10, Maria, so we need to get on.
Yeah, so I'm just going to, this is just sugar paste. So it's French Charles sugar paste, and I just added small bit of blue to it. So I'm
just hold on.
Oh, sorry. So I literally put small bit of corn powder in there so it doesn't stick. My hands are very warm.
It's warm in here.
Yeah. So I put way too much in there.
All of Karen Davis molds are so easy, aren't they?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You can tell the difference because of the way they come out.
Yeah.
So
If you get the really rubbish copy molds, you just can't get them out.
Yeah.
So I always put a bit of corn powder on the top because my hands are so warm.
Corn flour everywhere.
Yeah. And just take off the excess. Karen's probably saying, "Oh my God, what she's
Yeah, she is
wrecking
watching you.
my mold." Like, does it
But
need
to be
to
fair,
really
what you're
do
doing,
that?
what you're doing there is what everybody does.
Yeah.
Gone quiet again. I can't bear it.
Come back.
No.
That's what we
She's
have
not
you
finished
here.
what she's doing.
I'm just doing the golds.
What's the height of the molds? Oh, it must be about 4 inches.
Yeah, that one. I think they do differ slightly depending on the designs, because some are deeper. Obviously this one, is quite deep, and I know some of the flower ones, for example, are a bit deeper. So it will vary depending on the design.
You get so much more detail in them though.
Yeah.
It's a great size of that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think lots of people who have bought lots of Karen Davies moulds off me
Look how easy
will
that
jump
is
on,
out.
we'll jump on the live and say fantastic. We'll jump on the live and just say how easy they are. They're great.
It's lovely. So
No,
cute.
I obviously didn't squash it in around the space. But I'm going to stick him somewhere on the cake, maybe just there. I'll just stick a bit of glue on him.
You
And-
created a standing up one before, didn't you?
I did. So when I created the standing up one, I used 2 of them and I stuck them together, but I chopped his nose and his feet off.
Oh, clever. And you just kind of smoothed it out a little bit.
Yeah. But I had done the texture effect, so I pinched
Yeah.
with the scissors and I made him standing up.
Do you want to show people how to do that kind of hair effect?
I don't know, too big.
Oh, you need nail scissors.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
just
sorry, I
scissors.
did mean to bring some in and I forgot.
Rude.
I know, sorry.
Yeah. Scissors a bit big.
Don't worry.
That's the idea.
But that's the idea.
Yeah.
You're literally snipping down into the sugar paste and you get kind of a fur.
You need those tiny little.
Yeah,
nail scissors.
cuticle
Nail
scissors.
scissors, yeah.
And that works for Christmas trees as well. If you're making
Yeah,
Christmas
yeah.
trees,
Yeah. So I'm going to stick him up.
We've made such a mess
Here
here.
it is. You could paint in his little face and give him a little dicky bow, and or if it's a little girly one, you can give her a little hair bow. Yeah,
Yeah, show it's that camera.
I'm not used to having cameras.
That's great.
Oh, he's lovely.
So cute, isn't he? So quick.
Yeah.
Like you could even stick him. You can try and get him sitting down.
Does he work sitting? Oh, he's kind of like a teddy bear slouched
Yeah.
over. Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah, so cute.
Yeah, all done.
Oh, done!
Bring this one for me.
Well, we'll finish painting.
Yeah,
Yes.
we'll finish painting it and bring the painting back, so
Yeah.
good. So you're going to go over there, finish painting it up, and then we've got Rosie back in.
I've got a new technique.
New technique.
Yay! I've made a discovery.
So before we finish the live, we will get Michelle to finish off all the painting for you. And then you...
No pressure, Michelle. No pressure at all.
See, I told you that it was
So,
worth trying.
Who's
Just
this
trying.
handsome young man that's just appeared?
He's got no hands yet.
Oh.
But I'll get there. So what I did was I
Right.
was looking at this idea.
Before you do, Rosie,
Go on.
you need to go
This
to that
way.
camera.
Yeah, I need to move that camera. It's too high now.
Is it here? Is it?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yep. Perfect.
Look a bit closer there.
There we go. So I think I probably, if I was going to do it again, I might do them a little more like what's the word? Pastel-y, maybe pastel-y. I'm going to do Australia, but what I ended up doing was almost like flooding it. So just the same in the same way that Michelle, what's her name? Michelle. That's the one.
Sweet shells.
Sweet shells. In the same way she was doing it. I think I probably need. Hold on, just.
Oh yeah, Michelle has her own Facebook page as well. So do pop over to her Facebook page afterwards. It's called Sweet Shells, isn't it?
Sweet Shell Sweets.
Sweet Shells Sweets. Pop over and give her a like.
On Facebook, and then Sweet Shells on.
Instagram?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're so good.
Alright, so I ended up, because you know when you do those maps, when you see those maps, they look a little bit sort of lumpy bumpy, and you've
Yeah.
got, so I just ended up in the end not being quite as prescriptive as I thought I was going to be,
Can you see that in that camera?
and I kind
Yeah,
of, can you see it?
Yeah, it's alright.
Yeah, she's just...
I'm like, oh, funny angles. So if Australia ends up down in the South Pole, it's because I can't see. Is my hand in the way? And then I was literally just, here we go. I thought I was going to use another colour, and in the
Do you want me
end,
to switch to this camera because I can do this here?
I was flooding
here.
it, and it was kind of looking all
There
right.
you go. You can use any hand you want now.
There we
There
go.
we go, that's better. Why did I not think of that before?
So I quite like the idea that it looked like, it looked like the
Because it's
terrain, you know, when you've got
paints,
those,
just keep moving.
the Alps and stuff. If I knew where the mountains were, I'd have put them in the right place. But as it was, I was almost struggling to work out which one was Greenland. So yeah, that was kind of me
How
just
good is
messing
that?
around with that. Can I use one of your...
What do we think of that? Don't we love it?
It was an idea, I like it, I'm happy with it. Can we use a pipette? Is there one that we can just use and have a go?
Pipette,
I'm going
the
to
little
flood.
bottle. Oh, you're going to have a flood?
I'm going to flood.
Right, great.
We're going
So
to...
we've got one here. She's made one up earlier. Where's she flooding one?
We're flooding the letters.
The gold one? Where's she gold?
Are we testing? Do we
Oh,
have
it's
to
there.
test?
Yes,
Do you know
I'm
what I
going to give
feel
it a
like?
shake.
You know when you dye your hair and it makes you do a test patch
Yeah,
first?
that's exactly what you do.
Can I use this?
Yeah.
Should we use this? Is that what we're doing? We're just doing our little test. Can that be seen or not?
Yeah, no, you're on camera. We've got you here.
Number 4.
Oh, we're down over there?
No, I'm just watching the girls first.
Yeah.
But we don't really care much, do we, about what
No.
it looks like? We're just doing a test. Oh,
No.
it's too sticky anyway. We can try that. That's fine.
Okay.
Where's it?
There
This
you go.
one?
Yeah.
So,
This is your
right.
first go at flooding.
It is. I'm a flooding virgin. Here we go. Oh, no, that dripped. Was that supposed to drip?
No, it's too thick.
Do you know
Too
why I
big.
know it was not supposed to drip? Because I've been taught by Michelle. But that's exactly why it helps to see
No,
somebody
but that's
do
exactly
it.
why you should test.
Test
Yeah.
it first.
So now
Yeah.
what?
So we can open.
Isn't that one of the biggest words in cake decorating?
What?
Consistency.
Absolutely.
Buttercream, sugar paste, chocolate, everything's about consistency.
Consistency is key. That's what we say about our flavoured icing sugars.
Yeah.
Every bag's exactly the same flavour. Same flavour. Same
Consistency.
consistency.
See, the thing about yours is, so there's a lady who won, so we talked about Help for Heroes before, bakeforheroes.org.uk if you want your free pack. The lady who won the competition this weekend had come to one of your classes, Carol, and
actually.
she had made a beautiful sugar and crumbs flower, you know, with the nifty
Oh, did
nozzles.
she? Who was it?
Yep, her name is, she's probably watching, Susan. Is it Susan Richmond?
Yes.
Oh, was it so
She is watching.
She won a mixer.
She's
Did
watching.
she?
Oh.
And she did. I get this right. It was.
Oh, I like
it
Sue.
was
She
also,
sends me loads of funny messages.
Well, not only was it your nifty nozzles, but it was also the strawberry milkshake flavour.
nice.
Fantastic.
So she won the competition,
Oh, she
and then
hasn't told
someone
me about
bought it.
that.
I did, but
Wow.
you just don't pay attention. She's so busy, so popular. So yes, so she won the Bake for Heroes. This was in
Right.
the Manda Centre. We did a whole thing on the weekend with Jackie,
Jack
who is
and
the
Rob.
bacon nana, and Rob, who are wonderful. So
Yeah.
if anyone wants to have their own bake sale, please, please, please just get your own pack and have a go yourself. Right, so I'm going to
Sideways.
test on the test.
Yeah.
Oh, it still drips a bit.
Yeah.
Have a look. So watch this consistency and tell me if this is too quick. So is that too quick?
Too quick, yeah. And I
Okay.
think there's too much in the bottle as well.
Too much in the bottle, okay. But I'm glad that we're doing this now and not on the cake. Not that I care much about this cake. What shall I call him? I'm going to call him Rob. After Rob.
After Rob.
After
that'd be
Rob.
nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I've just
Rob
made a
after
mess
Rob
of it.
is Rob Allen. That's who we're referring
Rob
to.
Allen and Jackie, the baking nana, who gave their time this weekend and made loads of cakes for Help for Heroes.
They did. They made some great cakes as
They
well.
made some
didn't they?
amazing ones, and here's the thing, and I think what I love about them and everybody who does the same sort of thing is it's not always about how well they're decorated, although this is brilliant. It's also just about doing it, taking part, and they made some really simple bakes.
Yeah.
They looked beautiful, they were really simple,
Yeah.
really quick, and they all sold. Everything got sold.
So really gently turn it on its side.
Let's try again. Oh, and bingo, I think we're
Bingo,
there, aren't we?
yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
so
Don't squeeze until you're in the
don't
hole.
judge, but I'm going to the thickest part, which is what, see, Alice and Michelle. And I think, is this on a slant? It looks like it's coming towards me.
You're embossing.
The table, no.
The table's not on the slab.
Right,
No,
so do
Rosa.
I leave that? Is that not going to
Have
come
you
on
been
its
drinking
own?
that dipping solution up
That will
there?
come on its own. If not, you can go back
Do you
to
know,
it.
I've been
I know
hanging
that I
to too
go on-
much of it.
I go on about it
White.
just a little, but do you think that will come through?
Let's see.
Oh, expert.
Yeah.
Right, so I'm going to try the next letter. This looks more complicated. Oh, it does come out quick when it comes, doesn't it, though?
Yeah. So don't squeeze like until it's in it.
Right. This looks great, though.
It's so effective. Stay where you are, and it should go all the way around if you keep dropping in that little spot.
It's like a river.
Yeah.
Tiny squeezes.
I think my squeezes are a little bit overzealous. I'm going to leave that for a bit because I'm just worried that that's going to overflow, is it?
No, shouldn't do if you don't put more.
It evaporates so quick as well.
But don't forget, this is your first go, and I think when...
Oh! Sorry! Oh, Jamie, where are your wipes?
So I think any of you, before you go to board, have a play.
Yeah,
Get your
definitely.
consistency
Is
right.
this the white?
Roll out some sugar paste, emboss with your stamps, and have a little play
I can do
before
that
you go
then.
straight to board.
Look at this mess now! Right, have we got a clean wipe? Because I think I'm making it orange. But what I'm going to do
Where
is I'll
is my
come...
wipes
But
then?
if I wipe it, because I think these wipes are amazing. Look at that. Look at those wipes.
It's taken off everything.
It's taken off everything I did on the board about an hour ago, which is wonderful.
Is that
So I'll
the
just
one?
go back in there and redo that. These wipes are
A
absolutely
nice clean
brilliant.
one. You're not having any more.
Right,
Frugal with these.
yeah, you're the same as me.
Just
I'm
do the
like
job
that.
properly.
Right, so I'm going to take those off. I'm not going to worry about that.
What's your letters?
Look, you're worried for my letters
I
now.
am.
Right, I'm going to try. So I'm going to go back in with the blue, and I think that will be fine, won't it?
Yeah.
Thank you, Jamie. They are the best things since
A
sliced
few
bread.
people are having problems with their signal. We're still going absolutely fine.
We're all
You're
right.
going fine, so we're going fine here now.
Okay.
Oh, Linda Miles says you could use the other empty bottle to suck up the excess. Wonder if
What
would
do
It
you
will
mean by
evaporate
that?
though.
You know when you squeeze down,
I think you put too much air when you squeeze
well,
it.
you don't squeeze it on top, do you? Squeeze the air out first,
Try it, yeah.
and then you.
The thing is,
suck up,
it does
don't
evaporate
It
though,
does
so
evaporate and it gives a nice coverage.
yeah.
You don't want
Oh, and she blew it. Right, hold on. And she blew
I
it.
think the flooding expert needs to go and take over.
you? Yeah.
Do you want to do the rest of it?
You're
Should
doing
we
really
go-
well.
I'm happy with my performance. I think that the
You
best...
know the microphone that's right near it?
Yeah.
Can you just watch everyone's ears?
Oh, am I shouting? Do you know what? This is hilarious because I get paid to talk
Nearly
sometimes.
fell
and my
off my own
husband
chair a few
has
times.
paid me so much money to shut up most of the time.
I usually hear you at the shows when I'm at the front and you're at the back.
I've made a mess again. Right. Michelle, come and save
Okay.
me. Come and save me, and I'm going to save these.
Well,
that's
to be
fine.
fair, Rosie, you've gone straight to board. We've never had a practice. You've only filled in the number 4.
No, I'm happy because here's
Yeah.
the thing. A, this is kind of a practice cake, but B, these are amazing. That's an amazing technique. And at the end of the day, with a little bit more time, it would be perfect. So I'm happy. But I tell you what, these are wonderful. Go on, Michelle.
They would be brilliant in little Q-tip style.
They would actually, with
Yeah.
a little pointy
Yeah.
thing.
Stick, yeah.
Jamie, you listening? Little Q-tips.
Yeah.
What are they called at the moment?
Earbuds.
They're being banned they're being banned though, aren't they?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Are they really?
Yeah, they're going to be
Cotton
banned.
buds?
Yeah.
Don't get
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no,
Don't
no,
start
no.
me
No,
on it.
that's not.
Are
But
you
yes, they
serious?
are. No, I'm 100% serious.
We'll talk about this after. We won't turn this
No.
into a recycling debate.
Oh, is it recycling?
Yeah.
See, I love turtles. I love turtles, but I just don't like McDonald's new straws.
Oh, no.
We've had this.
Do we really think a paper straw's going to save the
Okay.
world?
No, we don't.
When you've got a drink with a plastic thing on that you have to put the straw through, if you get your ice cream with a plastic thing, with a plastic spoon. Have you seen how much plastic is in this kitchen? How much plastic have you got on you? What are we going to do with your glasses? What are we going to do with everything that we've got to throw away? Everything has to be recycled.
Well, I think
I just think, I don't know, why don't everybody just shut up, make everything out of paper, then let it rain on us all, and we'll just melt.
Melt.
Their end of the lesson.
No, but they go on about straws and everything else. Think about it. This kitchen one day has to go in the bin. How do we recycle it? How are we going to recycle these cameras, these iPhones, the oven? And we're all worried about a cotton wool bud and a straw.
Yeah, but
what we really need to do
kitchen
is...
won't stop
No,
a
what we
turtle
really
from
need...
breathing.
Well, I'll tell you why it stops the turtle from breathing, because what we need to do is stop throwing things into the ocean. So let's stop the fishing, really, because when you start throwing fishing nets in the sea and all the other bits that come off those, that kill the fish. Come on.
Okay, this is my.
I can't say we weren't warned.
As a vegan, I can step in here now. So the straws have such a low impact on pollution compared to fishing nets. So how about we be concerned about the fish we're killing, not about the fish that
that we kill cruelly as well.
Yeah.
They die a horrible death in
So
fishing
if
nets.
you're concerned about the pollution in the sea,
It's true that.
stop eating
You throw fishing nets into the sea so we can eat fresh fish all the time, and those fish have to just die in the
And not
nets,
fish,
don't they?
the amount of dolphins and turtles
Yeah.
and whales that get caught up in those nets as well.
Exactly.
Now we understand why everyone was going, no, don't talk about the straws.
it. Yeah. Anyhow, Sabrine has come up with a good idea.
Oh, good.
Why don't you wrap a little bit of it around our cocktails, a skewer,
Yeah.
and you'll have the
I'll do that.
precision.
But then, yeah.
Create your own uncle.
What would be handy if they came in a little packet and you could just pick them out.
Here's what's nice about that technique of doing the backdrop is that actually it doesn't matter. It's gone back to
Yeah.
normal. No one can tell now.
Do you want to do it?
I always think that being a great cake decorator is also about having great ways to fix mistakes.
Yeah.
Which is why what Amy says is absolutely correct.
But to be fair, that's why we do these lives, Rosie. I'm not a cake decorator. Everything I've learned is by watching you guys coming in here, doing bits of things, and then I have a go myself. I've been on a couple of lessons
Keep it
to help,
in
but
the
you do have
bowl.
to learn. You have to learn that you are going to make mistakes, but how are you going to get out of it?
So keep it low.
Do you know what I'm
don't drip
wondering?
it
I'm
out.
wondering if when I rolled it out, maybe it's sloping slightly because all of it seems to settle down the bottom before it settles.
Did you think
up
you
the
didn't
top.
press them in evenly?
No, I did. I pressed them in very well, but I think it may have been an uneven
Oh,
icing
sugar
to
base.
start with. So it's all part of the learning curve, and I'm enjoying it. So. So
Do you know
far.
what it is? You're talking and doing
Yeah,
it
you
at
have
the
to
same time.
concentrate.
This is why Michelle goes quiet.
This is why me and Rosie get on very
Yeah,
well.
but do you know what? I'm still happy. I'm still happy that I'm learning and trying
She's like my
on a
little
cake. Could you imagine if this was for a customer though? I'd be having a nightmare.
She's like my little sister, Rosie, isn't she? She doesn't shut up.
Yeah.
Takes after me.
Don't take it out.
Don't take. Well, see, I'm worried if I don't take it out.
don't-
You're
you
right,
don't
you're
have
right,
to
you're
press
right,
though.
Right. Okay. So what happened there was that I kept it in,
Yeah, and don't
but I didn't squeeze it
Yeah.
anymore. Oh well, there you go. I've got the
There you go.
technique now. Right.
See?
So
Look at that. That Y is perfect.
we've got as far as width, and I've now got it. Right. So
That's why she
I've
has some
dropped it.
practice.
I've not even squeezed it. My
Yeah.
problem was I was squeezing.
Squeezing before you
Look,
put it
I
in.
am not even squeezing it. I'm just holding it. And there we go, just holding it.
And if it stops, then tiny squeeze.
Okay, can I go down?
Yeah.
Can I move it?
Yeah.
Right, so
There
there we
you
go,
go.
guys.
Now
If
you're
you're
doing
watching
it.
at home, what I was doing absolutely wrong was I was
Squeezing before you were in the hole.
I'm not even squeezing. I've not squeezed it since you said that. I've literally just dropped, but look, no squeezing at all.
Just let it do the work for
So
you.
there we go. I've got it now. It would have been nice if I've got it.
You learned a new trick.
I had it at cum, but I've got it at with. Kind of. Don't be rude, ladies.
I wasn't. I just
Although-
thought we were having the crack in the
What?
kitchen.
What are you talking about?
We're having a crack in the kitchen.
We're angels here.
The
The crack, not a crack.
The crack.
No, do you
Is
know?
it the crack or a
Right,
crack?
those people
The
who
crack,
We're having the crack.
not a crack.
A crack.
Don't say we're having a crack.
I think that's what I said. We're having a crack, isn't it?
No, but military people, if anyone is watching is military, they will tell you that military people do have a good crack.
Yeah.
They have a good crack, yeah.
And the Irish have
but
the
Irish
crack.
just have crack. sorry.
If anyone's tuned in,
And if you've got
We're
tuning
going
out.
we're going on.
and I just laughed so much I wrecked my wig when I was on such a big roll there. No, I'm really happy there. So what I've learned is I've
Yeah.
learned not
But
to
look how you
squeeze.
speeded along when you stopped
Yeah.
mucking about.
Yeah, do you know? Stop. Right, so I could fix this now. I've got to put some gold on him, which I can do later. But essentially, once I've tidied this up, we're done.
Right. Will you take that away and tidy that up and we'll let Michelle get back on?
Okay.
We're done.
Oh, you finished? Oh,
Michelle's
right.
like, what am I doing? I'm to show you the bottom.
Emily's finishing up painting you, don't you?
Hello.
Right.
So till Sunday, £2 per bag of icing sugar, including the brand new flavours, of
Yeah.
which somebody's got to let me try the pineapple upside down because I've tried the rose and mint and it's delicious. But I am going to open up the pineapple in a minute.
Oh, yeah, pineapple's nice.
Yeah. Till Sunday, but
I
only
think we've
till
got a tub of it
Sunday.
made in the fridge, haven't we? Did we make it?
Have you really?
It's a different
No,
one.
actually, no, yeah.
You're a tease, you.
I know, I just thought we had.
Am I moving?
Right, you're moving. Right, bye.
I'm coming.
Bye bye.
We'll come back in a minute once you finish. So, we're going back over here now.
Okay, so we're going back to the buttercream cake. It is rock hard now. So
Yeah.
that was 20 minutes, was it?
So, a lot of you have asked about popping them onto a buttercream cake, and that's exactly what Amy's done here.
So once you have embossed your sweet stuff onto the buttercream, just like this, so it would normally look much better, but my buttercream technique needs a little bit of practice. It's not my strong point, but you can get the idea. And you can do this on the side of the cake. I just did it on top because it's easier for you to see it at home. And when you're going to paint onto an oily surface, you need to make sure that your paints are going to stick onto that oily surface. And we're going to talk about the edible art paints again, because they can paint onto ganache, buttercream, royal icing, sugar paste, and the opaque colours paint really well onto chocolate. Metallics not so much, but it can be achievable, depends on your chocolate recipe and so on. So the metallics sometimes settle because they're sitting on your shelf for too long or in the box for too long, and all the metallic part settles to the bottom. So you just need to give it a bit of a shake. But if it's still too weak, just get your scriber needle, open up the lid, and get down to the bottom, and you're just going to mix it up. You'll feel there's kind of like a little tension, and you're just going to mix all the metallic bits around, and then you're ready to go. Give your scriber a clean and put the lid back on. So I think we're using this colour here already.
So just let me fill in a few things. So Carol took it. Anybody's at the demonstration morning, these bags that I've actually got here in the kitchen, I'll bring the bags so that you can all, I think I might buy some lollipops and you can all stick the lollipop in and taste it. They're like sherbet dip things, aren't they? So you can taste it. I'm not bringing loads of buttercream. Sorry if you've already bought some ice and sugars at full price, but when Rosie came in tonight, this is an impromptu thing. It is for charity. It is for those people who are going to do the Bake for Heroes. And I was discussing it with Rosie, and she said, what could we do? And it just came about for tonight. So sorry about, guys, if you've missed out before. It really was for having, wasn't it, Rose?
Get some more.
Get some more.
Get some
Yeah,
more.
absolutely. Yeah. So just remember, it is for charity. You are raising money for that, and we're just doing our little bit in helping you, giving you a discount so that you can make those things for Bake for Heroes. So do sign up for the Bake for Heroes and do make your bakes and take them into work and take pictures Share them on our community group. Do you want to wipe?
Yeah. Oh, I can use the tissue, it's fine.
Yeah. Share them on our community group, all your bakes. Let us know what you've used. It'd be fantastic. I've even put the discount on the new flavours.
I have just got black edible art paint all over my hands. Okay, so we have the metallic pure gold edible art paint. So this is this one here. I think it's about 4 or 5 golds in the range. And the rose gold is actually really nice because rose gold is such a difficult gold to get right on cake things. So this is like a real pale rose gold. And maybe if you want the darker rose gold, use the Fay Cahill Dusts or Cahill, whatever way you pronounce it, which you have in stock now, don't you?
What?
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
Fay
Okay,
Cahill.
yeah, we do. Which font are you using here?
This is the handwritten I'm using.
Right, we actually haven't used the sweet stamps tonight, and we were going to use them, weren't we?
Yeah, I'm going to use them after. I'm going to
Okay.
show you how to use the sugar and crumbs set.
Look at that.
That's a sample of the
Look at
sugar
the
and
sample
crumbs
sugar
set.
and crumb set.
So that's the.
I know, we're probably going to run over. Sorry, guys. So
Okay,
I'm
we
really
have
doing
run over.
Why 2 minutes? Stop moaning.
No, I'm not, but I'm saying that is
Goodness me.
obviously we've
You
got
think
that.
you
and
were
the
work
sweet-
like
I know,
slaves,
terrible.
sat here watching lives, you two.
Oh yeah, because I just sit here and do nothing.
Me too. I
That's what Jerry told me the other day.
just sit here as well on the air.
So you can see now. Remember, I was painting. I just put the paintbrush into the buttercream when it wasn't chilled, and it just went straight into the buttercream. But now that I have chilled it, it's working really well, and it's almost painting nice and flat. And so you just go around and paint it as normal, whether it's on the side of your cake or the top. And you can see the metallic edible art paints are just perfectly painting onto buttercream. They're not
Are you going to
separating.
use the palette colours on buttercream?
No, so the palette is a very niche product. You can only use that on sugar paste and royal icing. But there's special ingredients in the
Paints.
the liquid paints that let you paint onto buttercream ganache and some chocolates as well.
Yeah.
So you can see how, and what's it?
No, sorry.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you were talking to me. It's like, does it paint on something else?
Yeah, we want to give you, if any of you guys can stay with us, we're trying to give you as much as we can from the sweet stamps. Because to be fair, you asked me all the questions, I don't know all the answers. So I've got the girls here to make sure that we can try and show you as much as we can. Buttercream was one of them. The new flooding technique you wanted to see. I think Rosie showed you a great technique with how to fill in the world and that. Doing the C, wasn't it? It's great. You doing the baby block. So you know what, Laura and Maria will just have to suck eggs, and I'll have to talk to them about it tomorrow. Look at them going under there.
You don't have to talk to us about anything.
But Amy, you make it look so easy, says Paul Holmes.
Well, that's the point. It is easy.
Nikki King is going to stay with us for as long as we're here, so we'll just take this on till midnight. Then we
Go
might have
for
to
it.
talk it.
No, it's fine.
Regret that.
Feel free. It's alright.
So that's the metallic edible art paint. I'm going to just quickly paint one of the music notes. I'm not going to keep you for too long. And I'm going to show you how to create a sweet stamp DIY cake topper as well,
Yeah, fantastic.
using the sugar and crumbs set. So you might have seen there is an exclusive set that's just for sugar and crumbs. It's actually the font that's on the sugar and crumbs logo, and it is a beautiful sweet stamp set. It's a medium size, and it has uppercase, lowercase numbers and symbols, and it's going to be a good one if you you know, you're just kind of starting. And also, I know some people are saying that the sets could seem a bit expensive. It's a good price set because it has all those extras. But actually, I'll talk about some people who were talking about the price of the sweet stamp sets. So the price is actually not that bad when you can take into account that if you go to any other of the cutters or the other lettering products that are on the market, most of them come with uppercase, lowercase numbers and symbols all separate. And if you add them all up, it's not going to be too different of a price. So because you get so much in the set, you don't need to buy all the extras. So just keep that in mind when you're looking at the pricing. But you can see how it really...
And the good thing with the sugar and crumb set, you get an extra vowel as well, don't you?
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Which is
Most
fantastic.
popular letters.
Yeah.
What vowel do you get? Each one of them?
Vowels, yeah.
Not each one, but the ones
No.
you'd use
Yeah.
a lot. And then split
A,
P's.
E, I, O, U.
And 2 P's for happy, for
Oh
happy
yeah,
birthday.
2 P's, yeah.
But you can see how nicely this is just painting. I'm just going to do this really quickly. This is going to be thrown out after. So just to show you that you can paint really well with the opaques and the metallics using the edible art paints, and how Well, it works on.
Yeah, look at that. Looks fantastic.
I don't think we've shown the music notes before.
No, we haven't. No, so that's really good to see. Fantastic. Well, everybody says they're staying with us for how long as we want to stay. They're having a fantastic night. It's fascinating. You girls are just great. Keep playing. Carry on, Carol. 2 a.m. is looking good.
Carry on, Carol.
Carry on, Carol.
Are you using these straight from the bottle? Yes, straight from the bottle onto the buttercream. So if you're going to use buttercream, use paints, don't use dust, okay?
It's about 40 colours.
Linda Miles, she's having too much fun, don't go. Jackie Richards is staying. Carol Tucker is PMSL at Sucking Eggs. I don't know what that's about, but anyhow. Caroline's 7 is staying. Oh, Carol, she was at one of my classes last week before. Bought me some lovely flowers.
Aww.
Yep, Annie Watts is staying, Sarah Webster is, everybody is, so well done.
Great. I'm glad.
But we won't be here till 2am, let me assure you. We're just going to finish off some last bits because we want to show you some other things.
Great. So can I get a round pick-up pad and I'll show you that. I don't know where they are. So this is the sugar and crumb set, okay? And I don't know, can you see that well on the camera? Can you see all the letters?
It does pick it up, yeah.
Great.
Right, is that
So
the
you
light?
can
The
see
light on
that
there? Do you want me to
it's-
turn it down? Let me just...
It just moves the light, that's all that happens.
Yeah.
So I'll take it
Light
from
on
right
there,
I'll take it from right so you can see better. So it is a hot pink set, and it has the uppercase, lowercase numbers, and the and symbol as well. And it is just really, it's a skinny font, but it's easy to paint, and it means that you can fit longer words onto smaller areas. So if you're, oh great, thank you. So if you're looking to do like on your anniversary, Carol and John, this is a good one. So you have some in stock. They're flying out at the moment. So if you're interested, you can dispatch this pretty quick.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Yeah. So if the only things that there's a delay on dispatching are the large pickup pads and the bottles.
Yes.
The bottles,
Yes.
yeah. So just to go over that, we've got everything in stock, guys. The things that we sold out yesterday was the Perfect Pour, and we sold out of the large tacky pads.
Pick-up pad.
Pick-up pads. Yeah, sorry, change the name because it's the clear ones. So the pick-up pads. We do have the Pixie Parels, which we need to do something with them.
Yeah, I can do that.
To show everybody.
Yeah.
These new toppers we talked about yesterday, so we're not going to talk about them again. What are we going to do now?
Well, I was actually going to create one of these toppers quickly.
Oh,
with
yeah,
your
right,
size,
brilliant.
And we can actually fill them in with the Pixie Pearls as well. So this is the new product that's not even on the website. It's not even on my website yet. So this is a sneak peek that nobody's seen before.
Yeah.
And these are blank DIY toppers. So you're going to get purchase the shapes just as is. And you're going to put your sugar paste onto this and then create your own topper. So if you don't have time to order a custom topper, or the customer doesn't have the budget for one of the acrylic cut toppers, this is going to be a great way for you to create your own. I think it's a bit more versatile. You can actually put a lot more detail on it. Also coming out are cutters that are the exact same size and shape as the shape of the blank. So you just roll out your sugar paste, cut it, place it on, and then put your sweet stamp letters on. So that's going to be a really good idea if you want to create your own toppers. This is one I did just before the live, and it's using the sugar and crumb set.
So just been asked a question, could you flood that set?
Yeah.
Yes, you can. Yeah.
It's big enough for flooding, isn't it?
Yeah. Like you can flood have you even flooded vanilla before?
Yeah.
It's a little bit more tricky, but yeah.
And
Yeah.
buttercream.
Yeah.
And she's flooded in buttercream as well.
Have you flooded on buttercream?
Yeah. It has to be like very solid, so
Yeah.
really chilled.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, the cake has to be really chilled. Yeah.
So you can see that's quite nice. That was so quick. And I used this is another element set, see the laurels. So that's another set for framing some wording.
Right, question. Cheryl Jackson wants to know, can she check, do you need to glaze the letters to seal after you flood once
No.
dipping solution has evaporated? Does it go back to dust? No, it doesn't.
No, it's just
Does it
the
go
same
back to
thing.
dust?
It's the same as like when you add dipping solution to the dust just to paint. It's the exact same thing.
Yeah.
So you still have
So it works exactly the same as when you're just using it for painting. It doesn't go back to dust. Only goes back to dust when it's in a plastic tray or in the lid anyhow, doesn't it?
Yeah, and
What you can
the
put?
edible art paints are transfer resistant.
Oh,
So these guys here, when you rub them, they're not going to transfer. So
Do you want a
same
clean
with the palette and the liquid paints. So to use the DIY toppers, you can buy the cutter that's the exact same shape and just place the shape on, or just
So you're bringing those toppers out with the same with the cutter to go with it.
Yeah, but it's
but
an option. You don't have to buy
Yeah,
a
but it's an option because you can cut them off like this.
Yeah, I'm going to show you how to do
And
it.
this was Amy's idea. She just brought these out, so she was the first one to come out with them as well. Great idea, love it. Nice and big cake topper.
So I'm just going to use...
Or should we use one of the other elements with it? What should we use?
What do you have there? What, oh.
Got everything. Got all of them. Got curls and swirls. Oh, do you know what? I don't suppose you could do unicorn eyes on that for you.
Is there unicorn eyes there?
Yeah.
Great.
So we've got, let me see. We've got the love, we've got the snowflakes, we've got Easter, we've got Oh Baby.
The unicorn eyes would be lovely.
Unicorn eyes, let's do them. Yeah.
So this is just, if you don't have the cutter, you just go around and cut off.
Put them with the stamp.
shapes. Lovely. So that's the, it's not covered really well, but you're going to get the idea. So that's just the circle. We have plaques, hexagons, and love hearts. That's actually the one that Kat did last night, the Love is Love top.
Yeah, can you see it on the back there? Just if you turn the other way, Amy, can you see it? So can you see on the back there? Kat was here last night and she made the one for Pride at the back. And it's stunning. Look how effective that is at the back there.
So this is an element set, the unicorn eyes one. So this is developed for your unicorn cakes. I used to make loads of unicorn cakes, and always I could hand paint the eyelashes perfect on one side, and then it just always was a mess with the other. It's, you know yourself, if you have liquid eyeliner for your eyes, it's never the same. It just keeps going and going.
So just let me tell you about these toppers. They're not ready yet. Amy's just waiting for the cutters to come in. So as soon as they come in, she will have them over to her, and she'll release, when she releases them on her website, they'll be released on ours at the same time. Is that the agreement, Amy?
Absolutely.
So, question, are you going to make these smaller as well, these toppers,
Yes,
for
I
you
have.
people?
I have mini versions as well. I've done
Yeah.
like little.
And
that side.
and will you be selling them individually, or can you sell them as packs? So they could...
They're going to be price conscious, because obviously you want to be
Yeah.
saving money, and it's a repeat purchase, so there will be good prices. I'm not sure if I'm going to do 2 packs or bulk packs or single, but
Yeah.
I'll have a look at the pricing and see what's...
So she hasn't sorted out the pricing yet, so you're just going to have to wait a little bit longer. But while she was here on the live, she wanted to show you what was coming up next. So we'll be looking out for those, but don't worry, I'll be telling you on future lives when they're available.
Yeah.
This is the new gizmo. Look at this. Okay, now I have to tell you, we've got rounds in stock. We haven't got the large ones in stock, but I've put them on the website so that you can buy them. But anybody who orders them now with their order, they won't get their order until next week when the stamps come in. We sold out last night. I can't believe how many we sold. We had a delivery yesterday, and we sold every pickup pad. Even Amy said to me, "Oh my God!" So, but we sold every single one. So I put them back into stock for you so that you can order them, but your order will not dispatch until Tuesday or Wednesday next week when they arrive with us. Remember, they're coming over the water. I think they got shipped yesterday, didn't they?
Yeah, it's only
Yes.
the country next door, so they're not too long.
Yeah.
So,
There's a good chance they could arrive Monday, possibly
hopefully,
Tuesday.
yeah, we'll figure it out.
Fingers crossed.
So the pickup pad, this is the new product for applying the letters to the sugar paste or so on. Michelle demonstrated how to use the letters individually. You can just press them in, but this is a handy tool if you want to make life easier. Well, I always use it, but it depends on what
Don't
product you're
throw
doing.
this bit away.
Yeah, so this is the protective film, but it has a handy guide on it that's going to help you with lining up your sweet stamp if you're doing a cake board that's curved or so on. So let's say I wanted to, oh yeah, look, that's 6 inch, I'll use this. So can you see this in the camera okay?
Yeah.
So the topper is pretty much 6 inch round. So I'm going to use this as a guide to line out my lettering. So again, I'm going to use a ball of sticky sugar paste, and I'm going to pull out the letters, so just like that. And I'm going to spell out the word magic with the
Sorry,
sugar
what do you need,
process.
Rosie?
M-A-G, where's G? Everything's upside down here, so that's G, yeah. So you can see the set is just a really lovely size, and if you're interested in this set, go quickly because it was almost sold out yesterday. It's flying out. And it's exclusive to Sugar and Crumbs because magic. Yeah, it was exclusive to Sugar and Crumbs, so you can buy it only on their website. You can't buy this on my website at all. Actually, I'll spell magical, just to make it a little bit longer. Magical. So that's perfectly lined up to go with the curve of the boards or the topper, whatever project you're doing. If you're finding that the letters are too small to kind of line up and they're kind of sticking to your fingers, just get a scriber needle and you're going to use that to line up your letters. Not so much a problem with the larger sets, but it just helps a little bit if needed. So now I'm going to get the pick-up pad, and there's a part that's soft. It doesn't feel sticky to touch, there's no chemicals on it, but it's a special material that I've developed to hold the letters temporarily. And I'm just going to press down. This one's being dirty. I'll tell you how to clean it in a minute as well. We've used this a few times. And then you're just going to move this around. Actually, I'll leave the unicorn eyes there. And I'm just going to press that down and lightly emboss. So if you wanted to emboss deeper, you can, like we did earlier, but just like this top right here that I created, it's not embossed too deeply. So you can see there it's not as deep as Michelle was embossing. So emboss, and you can see how deep it's embossing. And this is these letters are the perfect thickness. You wouldn't really want any deeper because it'll just, I don't think you'd make out the letter if you emboss any deeper than this. So just like that, I have the word magical. Have I spelled that right, isn't it? I have been known to not spell the sweet stamps right. So when you're finished, just pop your letters back into their storage tray. Just make sure all the letters are in line, make sure you're not going to lose any. Also, it makes the job of applying the letters much quicker because it's going to be hard to find all these letters if they're all just mixed up. And also it means that you can reference the board if you're not sure what way the letter is going to go. So calligraphy lettering can be quite unique. So this is laid out exactly as the letter should be embossed. So keep that in mind as well. So you can also just lie your lettering straight onto your sugar paste. And instead of embossing individually, you can emboss with the pick-up pad, press down, and then it actually lifts it up for you. So that's going to make life much easier. And if you're embossing individually, you can do this with the kind of the circular pick-up pad. This is designed for cookies and cupcakes, but again, you can emboss like that. So I'm going to, actually I should have embossed the eyelashes a little bit deeper because I'm going to show you how to use the pixie pearls.
I was just going to say, put the pixie pearls in the eyelashes, that'd be great. Should we do them in the multicoloured one or do you want to do them in one colour?
I have this one open, the aquamarine.
Yeah. Okay.
So the pixie pearls, I'll show you a few of them. There's loads of them, but they're the tiny little sprinkles that work really well for this technique I'm about to show you. And I think there's 7 or 8, there's more, there's loads of colours. It's very hard sometimes to get the really nice colours in these pearls, so they're available now on Sugar and Crumbs. So if you are embossing and you're going to put glitter, or if you're going to do the flooding technique or putting the pixie pearls inside the inside your emboss, make sure you emboss just a little bit deeper. So just like that. So you can see what I've done here?
Yeah.
Now I'm just going to get some edible glue. And where is the glue?
Here it is.
Great, thank you. And with a clean paintbrush, which is always hard to find. I'm very bad at keeping my paintbrushes.
I have a good mind to show these lot the state of this kitchen. Just yeah. Just look, girls, at my kitchen. You know, on Monday when I cleaned up, okay, then we had Jerry here, then I had to clean up again Tuesday, then I've had the girls here. I just want to show you what my kitchen looks like now.
It never ends.
Just so you can see.
It was
worse
than this when I came.
You're on camera here.
Not me.
What do you think of this? Okay, sorry about the dodgy arm shake, but this is my kitchen now. Everything is everywhere, and I've got to get this all cleared up, get down to the warehouse, get that sorted out tomorrow, ready for our demonstration morning. So, and that's without all the other rubbish
not
here.
a space on the worktop.
And here's our lovely girl.
I know,
here.
everyone says, why does Laura never appear on camera? That's because I'm behind the camera controlling it for you, that's why. So you see me at the shows enough.
Yeah, there you go. Hello, Laura.
Thanks.
And look at Maria there.
Everyone sees Maria.
So there we go. Just thought I'd give you a little look behind the scenes there, what's going on.
Have 100 people left now?
Yeah.
They're left in droves. Or are they all sat there saying, that's just like my kitchen? Be honest. This is actually better than my kitchen. Mine's usually got a 7-foot man on the kitchen.
But you have gin in your kitchen though. We're not going to let that one go.
Lots of gin.
So I've just embossed the eyelashes, the unicorn eyes, deeper than the lettering. I'm going to paint in the lettering, but I want to emboss this deeper because I'm going to put the pixie pearls inside it. I painted them with the edible glue, and I'm using something to collect the sprinkles because they do go everywhere. So you can just you can put them back into the into your bottle then, so there's no waste. So this is the same technique with non-toxic glitter, edible glitter, and different types of sprinkles. So you just simply.
I'm going to tell you, I'm not just blaming it on the girls, but it's like this after every live. I have to come in and sort it out. So usually me, Laura, Maria and Shelley come in on the following morning and have to put everything away, cameras away, clean up, tidy up. It's just that it's been like 3 days on the run.
Yeah, constant.
So I'm just using a clean and dry paintbrush then just to help secure the pixie pearls into the glue. And you're going to have a few flyaways, which is no problem. And then lifting the topper up, it's going to get rid of all those excess bits. Use a brush if little bits are sticking. This is if your sugar paste might be tacky, little bits stick. And then move any bits around if you're not happy with them. And this is just another technique. If you don't want to paint it, if you want to add an extra texture or detail to your lettering or your elements, whichever you choose. So there you go. That's just, and it works really well with the unicorn. I think.
That's great, isn't
Yeah,
it?
that's a gorgeous effect.
Yeah, absolutely. And that idea first came out by Michelle.
Yeah.
So the very first video that came out on the sweet stamps was actually Michelle's idea. We know lots of other people have copied it and followed it, but that's
This
what people
Michelle.
do, isn't it? This
Yeah,
Michelle.
again.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's getting a bit boring now. A little bit boring. I invented the name pickup pad. Does that
Yes,
not count
you
for
did.
anything?
That's
Why
it.
am I the only one wearing freaking flowers on my hair?
I was wearing mine yesterday.
They had to bring their suitcase across. They could only get so much in.
Yeah, but this is okay when everyone else is wearing them. When I have to go to the loo in shows and I'm the only one wearing them, wondering why everyone's looking at a middle-aged woman wearing freaking flowers in her.
And now this lovely lady here, Michelle, is the one who comes up with some clever, bright ideas. She runs the shop Sugar Sisters in Dublin.
Yep.
So fantastic store there. So she looks after that store. And then she came up with the idea for using the pixie pearls. And obviously other people have started using it now, which is great. But do remember who showed you first. And then and the flooding technique.
Yep.
Which I'm sure that will be copied soon.
Yeah, well that's the thing.
There you go.
It's an idea for everyone to use.
Yeah, absolutely.
And now I'm an expert.
Yeah.
I know.
Thanking you.
But with the flooding technique, do some practice. Do not go straight to board like Rosie did.
Yeah, but
Do
can
have a
I
little
say,
practice.
how many people are going to owe me for what they've seen?
Yes, they've all learned.
You're welcome.
Don't just take the credit for her
Just wait
mistakes
till you
as
see
well.
her board now. She's just giving
Yeah,
a
I
quick
fixed
try.
it. Looks
Yeah.
amazing now.
So this is the lighter emboss with sweet stamp, and you can see I'm flying through it. If you press deeper and you're just hand painting like I am now, the deeper you press, the harder it is to paint because you're creating a wall at the side of the lettering. So make sure it's nice and light, make sure you're using the right sweet stamp brush.
I must admit, that's the mistake I do. I do push them in deep.
Yeah, and that's why.
And that's why I like them in
dirty.
deep. Anyhow, so that's why I'm very happy that it's only 3 mil. Because if they were any thicker than that, you'd end up be touching the cake.
Yeah, you barely. If you're doing this type of painting, I would advise 1 mil or less.
Yeah.
And you don't want to make it too obvious because you kind of it's a cheat. So it kind of makes your customers think you're like your clients, the people you're making cakes for, that you're good at calligraphy.
Yeah. So Charlotte, Michelle's page is called Michelle.
And on Facebook,
Yeah.
it's Sweet Shells Sweets.
Sweet Shells Sweets on Facebook. Go over and have a like.
And then Instagram is Sweet Shells with 2 S's at the end.
Yeah, Sweet Shells with 2 S's at the end.
I think.
Yeah, but if you go onto Sweet Stamp page, you'll see the tags to
Yeah.
follow and Instagram and so on.
I'm still learning how to use Instagram.
Yeah.
Finished.
You're finished, Rosie. Fantastic. We're going to show everybody
Never been
everything.
finished first ever.
So this is the
An
edible
amazing
art paint
cake.
in the lilac colour. I think it's lovely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I
really
do.
pretty.
And once again, shake and paint.
So it's really good that still 190 of you are still with us, even though we've gone well over time. So well done.
Wow.
So well over time. So to keep this audiences up, absolutely brilliant. I know a few of you have had to go to bed and you're going to catch up tomorrow. But thank you so much for staying with us. The girls have come over, you know, they've come over for 2 days to try and give you as much as they can. Things do take time. That's absolutely fantastic. Well done. So this is the Sugar and Crumbs set. So we've showed you the classic, we've showed you the handwritten, we've showed you the elegant, showed you flooding, showed you the unicorn eyes, the world map. Rosie's gone off to have another dip at some icing sugar. So
We've showed you how to make a mess as well.
this is why she's completely hyper in the kitchen.
I want to know how many people are sat at home
you
with a glass.
You want upside down pudding, pineapple upside
Yes,
down.
I
Oh,
said
it's
I want
fantastic.
it.
I love it.
I want it.
Yeah.
How many people are sat watching with a glass or two? That's what I want to know.
Look at her, so there she is. She's there.
I'm going to go straight
It's
in.
a bra-
Just kill herself.
You nailed it!
I inhaled it last week and didn't kill myself.
Literally
You can't eat it and talk at the same
straight at the
time.
back of my throat. Oh dear.
I know, do you like it?
It's delicious. It's absolutely delicious. Oh, it is delicious.
Okay, we're showing the finished cakes to everybody.
Yeah, let's share the finished cake. So come on. So let's start off with Michelle's. Come on, Michelle, and let's talk them through that. Amy, do you want to quickly talk everyone through it again?
Yeah.
Quickly?
Yeah, quickly.
Yeah.
Okay, so the board is created
Which
using
camera are we
the
on?
handwritten sweet stamp set. So that's a really big one. That's
Yeah.
really easy to paint if you're looking to start.
So let me just tell you, the handwritten set comes in uppercase, lowercase. You do buy the numbers separate, okay?
It's one of the big
And that's
sets,
one of
yeah.
the big sets.
Really popular set on your website as
Yeah,
well.
it is.
and
And you
on
get
the group.
2 boards in that set.
Yeah, so they're separate, upper and lower are separate.
Yeah.
Then she just decorated with some pre-made flowers. The actual blocks, block effect, and the blocks are made with the patchwork cutters. What's the actual called? Block
Baby.
maker.
It's
Baby
baby
block.
blocks.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
on the wish list, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And also use the patchwork cutters polka dot stencil, which is beautiful, and dusted with some metallic dusts in Ombre Effect. The lettering on the front is done with the Sweet Stamp Classic set, so it's a plain font, but don't think it's plain as boring. You can see how
Oh,
beautiful
it's
it is.
lovely.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that you've used all different colours, Michelle. It looks
Oh, and
absolutely lovely.
I'll show you the paints that were used.
Yeah.
Just to recap.
This is from the other palette set. So we have 2 palette sets available. We have the golds and silvers and the pastel palette sets.
So
Which
that's
is
like
amazing.
some really beautiful colours, and
Yeah.
that is vegan and alcohol free and transfer resistant as well.
Yeah.
So if you have any smudges, it's not going to happen. The bears were done with the Karen Davies mould. We've been oohing and awing about all the Karen Davies
Yeah.
molds tonight, and this is a really simple and easy one for this style cake.
Absolutely lovely.
And I think that's it then. We used the Renshaw's extra sugar paste, which covered the cake beautifully, and
Renshaw
the
flower
green
modelling.
which side? Oh, the brie. Oh, we didn't use them, demonstrate them, but we used the Brina smoothers. You know, the blue ones.
Ah,
that you
yes,
have?
yes, sorry,
So
yeah.
they gave a beautiful
We
sharp
didn't have
edge.
time to show you Brina's smoothers, but
Yes.
that's how we've got
I think
on
we've
the
packed a lot
cover.
in so far. And
Showed you yesterday.
all made by Michelle. So
Yeah.
congratulations.
So we've used lots of problems. We've used lots of problems.
Solve
We've used lots of products. So let's give those love hearts and thumbs and everything else that you want to give Michelle. So Michelle, come give us a little bell. What a lovely shy little lady she is. She's really nervous.
She's not really.
She's
putting
putting
it
it
all
to know
on.
her.
See, with a drink inside her.
So here's Rosie. So you're going to talk through Rosie's.
Victory from the jaws of defeat.
Wow, look
Yay
at
for
that.
Spectrum Flow and their wipes.
Yeah.
But also, I think this is my favourite.
Yeah.
This is the elegant set, and we did the flooding, and the tip that we learned, courtesy of me and my mistakes, you are very, very welcome, is hold it and don't push too hard.
Yeah.
And there are bits that I could probably fill in, but I was just so happy to clear up the mess around the
I
edges.
love that saying, come fly with me.
It's
Yeah,
lovely.
very good.
And that's Rob.
There's Rob. Rob Allen.
Yeah, we've got a little bit of the sweet sticks as well. We've used the sweet sticks for all of the little metallics, which I really
So the
love.
dusts that you create here are the rainbow dusts.
And this is real cake as well, not a dummy.
For you, a real cake. Yeah, but not with any of your lovely flavours.
Oh, no.
My bad. Nothing's going to come.
But you know what? We don't care. It's about sweet stamps tonight, and it's about the techniques. Now, Rosie, just one more time. I want you to tell them why we put a special offer on tonight. It only came about because of you and your thing
Because I'm
tonight.
a pushy cow.
So
I am a really pushy cow.
Just let me tell you, before joining up with Rosie tonight, and Rosie did ask me to get involved, and I said, how do you want me to get involved? And she come flying in tonight and said, Carol, what can we do? What can we do? And then you can carry on the story.
Yeah, so effectively, Carol, bless her heart, has put a special offer on for you. Regardless of whether you do something for Help for Heroes, you are getting all of the icings, including all the new flavours, at £2 each, which is a huge discount. But if you would, please go to bakeforheroes.org.uk and sign up for one of their free packs. It's a free pack and it comes with loads of little sticks for your cakes and little markers and lots of little goodies just to help you make your own bake sale. And that's what they want, is they just want you to sign up and be part of it. Even if you only have a bake sale for 2 people, I don't care. Just be part of it. Because one of the things is...
And we want you to share it on our page and community group. Let everybody know that you've used our sugars. Let everybody know that you've done this for the Bake for Heroes. You know, get as many of your friends in. You know, make cakes this weekend. Take them round to your family. If you're having family Sunday dinner, you know what? Sell a cake to the kids. Take it off.
It is Father's Day. It is
Sell
Father's
the
Day.
cakes to the kids. Take it out of their pocket money.
Yeah, I am
We don't
absolutely
care.
fixed on the fact that most of us are sitting here and there's been a few hundred tonight and most of us are dying for a reason just to bake a cake or to try something out. So if you want to try out some of the new flavours, upside down pineapple cake, don't inhale it or snort it, try to eat it. But effectively, what a great excuse to have a go. And they're literally just £2 a pack until Sunday, until they last. So get in, buy some. If you have bought some at full price and you're a bit naffed off now, don't worry, buy some more. They'll save. They've got a really long shelf life.
Really long.
Oh yeah, I mean, to be fair, they're best before. They don't go out a date. We just
It's sugar.
It's just
a preservative. It's going to last for like literally 600 years, maybe 700. So we've been using sweet stamp. I absolutely love the stuff. That's why I'm wearing this ridiculous thing on my head.
You've been a massive fan and supporter.
Well, the thing is, every now and again, if you stay in the cake decorating industry, you will know that every now and again something comes along that makes a difference to the way you work. And I promise you, I have done a map on a board and it has taken me longer than it's taken the cake, and that took me 2 minutes once I got Greenland the right way around. I am educated.
Yeah, you know, you're the first lady helicopter pilot, aren't you?
Slightly.
Right, so just before we finish then, let me give a little recap. So Amy, let's show a few other things that we were doing. So let me just get used to it now, Rosie, don't worry. So a few other things, as you know, we had Molly Robbins in yesterday. So those people who didn't see what Molly did, she didn't make the cake on the live because she's made it for you a couple of times, but she actually used the magical set and she showed you how to use it with glitter. So that was another way. Can you see that glitter?
Yeah.
So that's the magical sweet stamp set.
Yeah,
It's kind
so
of like a
yeah.
kiddie style fun, and that has upper lower numbers and symbols as well. Really good price.
Yeah. And then yesterday, Michelle did this one that Amy's got there.
So it's just a board demonstrating the flooding technique, and this is what it looks like when it dries. And it's just really clean and perfectly poured, unlike we got there in the end with
Yes, it was a
roses.
learning experience.
And I just smudged some of the dust there, and again with those wipes it just disappears, so that's a handy tip. Now Kat created this one yesterday.
I love that.
What camera are you on?
This one.
This one, yeah.
It's too big for that one.
Yeah. This is Kat from the Cake Cuppery, who was with us yesterday, and she created this pride kind of rainbow theme cake, and it's actually really good for a unicorn or a kid's cake as well, not just pride. And we have the heart-shaped topper here. She used her urban set, so this is her set, and created pride with the same set. A few of the culprit pre-made pom-poms that are on the Sugar and Crumbs website, and all the painting is done with the sweet sticks paints and a little bit of dipping solution to make it a little bit more watercolour-like. Really easy cake again to use, or to make, to recreate.
And what else have we done? So what else have we done? What else have we showed everybody?
Josh?
Yeah, so
Josh.
yeah. So my grandson, we needed a name for a board, and Amy showed you how to even use sparkling sugars, and we sell loads of sparkling sugars on the website. We don't sell the rainbow dust ones yet, but we are going to sell them. But you can use the rainbow dust ones, or you can use the sugar flare ones.
Yeah.
But again, that's another technique. So we've showed you rainbow dust glitters, we've showed you the nonpareils, you can use sugars, we've showed you flooding, you can paint. I think we've showed you, which camera we are, showed you loads. So I had to tell you where Josh's name come from, because David, her boyfriend, was going, Josh?
Who's Josh?
So,
Keep him guessing.
that's my 17-year-old grandson. He'll go mad if he knew. So, he hates any attention.
Aww.
And then what else have we done here? So we've done...
Is that not enough?
I know, yeah. Well, we wanted to show them everything.
We've made
Where's
a big
that
mess.
other topper?
Which one?
The other topper with the sugar and crumbs on it.
So there was 3 of them I packed. Did I stack them?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, the
there.
eyelashes.
That's all three here. So this is going to be the new cake topper. So these are great. Let's go over here. These are absolutely fantastic idea. So they will be on the Sugar and Crumbs website very soon. We're just waiting for Amy to get some cutters. You don't need the cutters, but she's going to do them in smaller sizes as well. So they're perfect, and they're great for anybody who just wants to keep them. And you can make something just a bit more special, right?
Yeah,
a bit
and
more
they're
on them.
useful if you can get them back off your customer, if you're just doing them for friends.
You know, and like this one here, this is the Sugar and Crumbs font. So you can use any of the fonts, but again, that just gives you an idea of what you can write on. The elements are the
laurel frames.
laurel frames.
So there's 5 in the pack of different sizes and shapes with the kind of laurel effects.
But look at that little watermark effect there. And then this one here, which font set was that one?
Urban, that's the new one that Kat has designed.
Yeah, the urban set. So that's by the cake
Cake
covering.
covering.
Get there in a minute. So I think we have showed you loads, okay? Loads and loads and loads. Thanks to the girls from coming over from Ireland. Thank you to Molly, who came over yesterday. Thank you to Kat, who's had to fly back this morning. Thank you to this wonderful lady who's come down as well. You know how busy she is. She's always running around doing something for somebody. She's now involved in this. I mean, I've got to be honest. She rang me in April and said, Carol, can you get involved in this? And I said, yeah, what do you want me to do? And then she never said anymore. She just turned up tonight and said, Carol, you know the conversation we had? What can we do? Okay.
We're doing it tonight.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why we put the sale on. So do get involved in that. We have got another live this week. We are doing a demonstration morning in the warehouse on Saturday morning. We've got a live audience for that live, so they will all be told to stay quiet. Karen Davies is coming doing the demonstration. Loads of cake and biscuits and cookies and brownies they'll get. And then after we filled them up with food, we're going to send them over to the warehouse to do lots of
Are
shopping.
you saying that's all but sold out then?
Pardon?
So you're teasing them because they can't
Yeah,
sell.
no, I think there's 2 tickets left.
Oh, are there?
I think there's 2 tickets left.
Oh,
Yeah.
her face is like
2 ladies had to cancel.
quick,
Yeah,
quick.
so I think there's 2 tickets left.
Quick.
£10. It's well worth it. You get loads, you get fed. So, but we'll be going live there. So we'll give you a sneak peek of the audience, who's in the audience. And that's going to be, we're at the Higher Kitchen across the road from our unit, but we'll show you all where to go anyhow on Saturday. As per usual, my loyal team of girls, Maria and Laura, will be with me, and the rest of the office staff, Yin, Karen, John. And on top of that, I've got to get this place cleaned up, get Zoe Fancy Cakes in here tomorrow, because she's here, we're setting up. I've got to babysit the grandchildren, I've got to make the cakes and decorate them. Zoe's got 11 students in on Saturday, 13 students in on Sunday.
We'll get there.
We're going out
We'll
tonight.
get there. We're knackered. So big thank you all for staying with us, and we will see you on Saturday morning. I do believe we're going live at 10:30. See you then.
If any earlier, we will post
Yeah,
it.
absolutely. Yeah, somewhere between 10 and 10:30. All right then. Good. Anyhow, that's us. Bye. Bye.
Bye. There's that pineapple in my